But the Windows update fixed the game. So let me get this straight. Okay. Windows update fixed the game. But so did the Intel Extreme Tweaker. So what happened is we fixed the game by using the Extreme Tweaker, but the Extreme Tweaker also somehow is messing up with my audio. And then to fix the audio, I updated Windows. But then we thought that that fixed the thing, so I was like, wait, okay. So wait. We didn't know what the problem was. We thought Extreme Tweaker would fix it. So we did Extreme Tweaker and it fixed it. But then there was an audio problem. So to fix the audio problem, we updated Windows. After we updated Windows, we realized we didn't even need Windows Extreme Tweaker in the first place. And then we realized that Extreme Tweaker was causing the audio problems that made us update Windows. Right? You get what I'm saying? The audio problem wasn't solved by the Windows update. The crashing problem was fixed by the Windows update. And the audio problem was caused by our pseudo fix for the crash, which wasn't necessary if we just updated Windows. So basically what I'm saying is, if the first thing we did was updated Windows, we wouldn't have had audio problems and we wouldn't have had game problems. That's all I had to do, was update Windows. That's it. That was all. Now, we get to enjoy the options menu of Talos Principle II. My favorite part of any game, honestly.
Dedicated wham.
And now that we solved that, the viewer count is going to go down, actually.
I knew the whole time Bit didn't say. I thought you could learn more from the journey of figuring it out on your own.
Oh,
Don't you feel you've grown as a person after this troubleshooting adventure?
I'm confused. Why does it say wrong driver version?
Crewdog 576. Gimme that catnip. I'm all about that
for
green
frame
leaf.
generation.
Watch as I become the most believable cardboard arm waving cat on Twitch.
Like, why can't I use frame generation?
Moral of the story.
I have the right.
Linux. Wide peepo smile.
No. Like, I have the latest driver. What driver could I possibly need to get frame generation? Might need something else? Maybe because it's not full screen? Frame generation? It's a 40 series thing. Oh, yeah. So, first off, that didn't enable frame generation, but also, it's like stretched out on my screen because my... because I have a widescreen. I don't need it anyway. I know, but like... It's cool. Who knows? I might need it. What if the frame rate's poopy garbage? I'm just gonna delete this because I didn't hear the narration at the beginning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Talos Principle II. I haven't been troubleshooting for hours. I always felt that a human being could only be saved by another human being. Initializing firmware. Firmware functional. Loading autonomous program parameters. Version 1.08 loaded. System check passed. Initializing memory banks. Starting autonomous process. Ready. Me every morning.
Hell yeah, they do.
Dude, for free?
But I
Look
like
at
to
those.
think it adds character, gives them that nice lived-in look. It's aesthetically pleasing, ya know?
Behold, child.
Hello,
you are
Elohim.
risen from the dust, and you walk in my garden. Hear now my voice, and know that I am your friend.
You know,
and I am called Elohim.
as long as you don't hold me back, bro, I believe that's true. I believe it to be true. Wow, this game is good looking. Look at this. Ooh, there's a block there. Holy. Dude, I have feet. Is there a zoom button? Yes. Huh. So much detail. Left shift to sprint. Ooh. Ooh. It's out here. Okay. Pet the dog. Can I pet the... Alright, I'm not stalling. Is it puzzle time yet? Ooh. I'm gonna really quick turn down the... sensitivity, just to put it to, oh god. Why is this so granular? Yes, 0.36. Why can't I just type it in? Oh my fuck. Oh, okay, they're the same. There we go. Take jammer. And we jam her. Okay. We're learning. It's a beautiful looking game. It really is, isn't it? Is this the same simulation as the first game? I mean, it's got Elohim, but I thought that world was destroyed. Wow. And I see the glitches happening still. Not like the game's glitching, but the simulation in the game that we're inside of. Because we're a robot. See, look at our robotic feet. Did the first game have feet in it? I feel like it didn't.
This land is but a dream. You will stay here only for a little while.
Oh,
Soon
he's moving.
You will awaken in a new world. But first, you must undertake the trials of initiation. They will help me prepare your vessel.
Right. Is this like a future, like, did the robot from the first game, did they like create a new training program basically? Is this like a new version of Elohim who's less scared? Claudio, hi. I'm doing all right. Considering that the entire first 3 hours of the stream have been troubleshooting getting the game running. But it's okay, I have catnip and Mountain Dew, so can't complain. All right, so this.
Do not be afraid of these dream figures and their messages. They are merely aspects of yourself, as am I, after a fashion.
He's being truthful. He's not deceiving us. He's telling us all of the reality of the situation. I must forge the tools by which humanity will rebuild itself and transform the world into the Eden that it never was. The blacksmith. That's from the first, the Gehenna.
Linger in my garden for as long as you wish.
Thank you, Elohim.
But remember, my child, that the new world awaits you, and this place is only a dream.
Right, thank you, sir.
Panther, I'd make a stellar performance in the Talos Principle. I'd solve those puzzles like a boss. They wouldn't know what hit him.
So the blacksmith was one of like the artsy people in Gehenna. So they're like present. They like, did they get to get their own body, or are they their own thing? Like, they exist still. They wrote this because that was one of the things that was kind of left open-ended. It was like, were they going to become part of the robot that transcended in the first game, or were they going to be their own like separate personalities that could be uploaded to different bodies in the future? And they never really said, but I guess we're gonna find out. Use Arranger. Requires more sigils. Classic. Okay. So we've got that door, requires 4 sigils. Is it the same? Oh. Okay, this one requires those sigils. And I'm assuming this is a similar story. 3 sigils for this one. The green ones. Okay. So, what do we got? 3 green sigils. We'll go left to right. We also got to be on we got to keep our eyes out for Easter eggs, because the original game had so many hidden everywhere. Cubic steps. Man, can we just look at this for a second? Okay, we got cubes on cubes. Is the intention for me to stack these 2 and then jump up here? Looks like it.
Well done, my child.
Thank you, Daddy. I'm getting praised. Fencing. Oh, by the way, you guys should, I know I literally just started playing the game, and it's weird to literally just start promoing in the middle of playing, like, starting a game, but, you should all go and follow evildoers. Did I spell that right? Let me make sure I get this right. Because tomorrow at, I think it's noon my time, they're doing a one-shot D&D campaign that they're hosting. And it's going to be me, Corgi Cam, and Poppy. That's tomorrow. So go follow them if you want to see that. They're like a professional voice actor and everything, so it should be cool. Because like I'm sitting here thinking like, man, I really just want to get into this game and like play tons of it, but I know that I can't because I have that tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I think they're trying to show me that I can jump over here, right? So I think what they're trying to get me to do is do something like that. Is it just me or is the FOV a little small? Should I change that? Put it up to like... 82. Yeah, it's a little better. Now this can get me over. And I've never really played Dungeons and Dragons before. I've played Pathfinder, which is like the same thing but harder. Like, it has more complexity, and not in like a necessarily a good way. It's just it has more complexity. Okay, cube opens this. It's a very suspicious way to start it, don't you think? It's almost like, you know, they're trying to make it so that I use the knowledge of going over the walls. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Let's just do the thing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Can I just pick this up from down here? Or pick this? Yeah, pick this up from down here. Yeah. Okay. Pretty basic stuff. I mean, we've been playing Talos 1, so this is all stuff we're pretty familiar with.
Not mere toys. They are symbols of the process by which our people were created.
True. Yeah. This has to be... Is it a one-shot or a campaign? It's a one-shot, sorry. What did I say? Did I say one-shot? I hope I said one-shot.
Wait, if Elohim is your daddy, does that make them my grandpa?
Guys, I'm not stupid, I promise.
Our family is real effed up.
Here we go. Here we go. I just had to do it. I saw it and then I was like, oh god, there's this whole pile of stuff. Now I gotta unclog. Windy day. Sounds like the name of a Black Mirror episode. So they're showing us, okay, you can put fans on pressure plates, and then also fans are a thing you can pick up. Also, they blow you. Also, there's a place you can attach them. So here's a cube so that you can use the cube to do the cube thing instead of the fan, so that you can use the fan to get to the... Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Very good.
Dude, Elohim. Sheesh. Static pressure. So we've got 2 cubes and a fan. Okay, well, easy. You just do this. They're just trying to solidify the idea of using... Why... Do I need... Yeah, I need a cube. They're trying to solidify the idea that you can use it as a pressure plate, but then they're also introducing the idea of standing on top of floating cubes. Yeah. Introducing. This game is like 80 gigabytes, by the way. No, it was like 68 or something. Like 70 maybe. It's such a good throwback too, because this is the same music from the Egypt land in the original game. I have a feeling that there's... Like, I saw the trailer of this game. I have a feeling there's going to be some crazy shit going on.
Who told you that? I sure as fucking hell didn't. That's it, I'm suing.
Sure, bud. Okay. Fan. We have to turn that off. We've got this laser. Okay, okay, it's showing me I can launch myself places. Okay, it's all stuff we know. This is new, though. These glowing lines to show you where things are leading. There was never really much of a need for that in the first game. There were some times where there were like wires that would connect things that weren't very apparent, but most of the time it was pretty intuitive to know what they were doing. Okay, so... What is this? Was this cube on top of there? Is that what happened? I feel like put the little plank there. Cool. So like, I feel like they're doing this thing right now where they're like, hee, you're training to be you're an AI training to be a human. But you're in like a new affirming positive version. It's still breaking down though, or is that like part of it? Like part of the deception? Because there has to be some kind of... I feel like part of the important thing is deciding to go against what Elohim says. That's what makes them human. That's the final touch. So I feel like we're probably going to do something like that, and then it's going to be like, oh, you're done, and then the real game's going to start. You get what I'm saying? Let's do this. Okay, there's a jammer. Oh, yep. It's short enough that I can jam this. Pants grab. Now, that's not too helpful on its own, I don't think, right? Because... Oh, yeah, I should jam that. Jam that pants grab. And then what is it? Where are we going? Here? Cool. Oh, that's easy. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be expecting it to be hard at this point, but... Oh, I see you. The world is full of limitless beauty, and I wish to see as much of it as I can. That's good. It's
Pants
hidden in the
grab?
little corner.
Where are these pants
wait,
grabs
can I
you're
crouch?
talking about? I need to
Is there a
know.
crouch button?
For scientific purposes.
How do I... Oh, edit. No, wait, that's controller. Keyboard? Yeah, there it is. Is there a crouch? No. Who are you? Why do I know you? That's a good question. Decomption? Does my 13900K heat up a lot? I mean, I have a really good heat cooler. Like, do I have pictures anywhere of my... Wait, I love that. For dramatic effect, whenever I want to do something dramatic, I can be like... My 13900K heats up a lot. Don't. No, it's fine. I mean, they're obviously warm comparative to, like, to older generations, but like right now it's at 64 on my system. But I wonder if I have any pictures of it. Don't. I feel like I have to have them somewhere. Finding them is going to take too long. Dude, I can't believe we still have that fucking command. I have that random vine boom. Here, I'm going to turn on the random vine boom setting. I have this toggle on my stream deck to make it so that it'll randomly play vine booms throughout the stream. I just turned it on. Where were we going? We did it. Oh, we go over here. No, over here.
Nice.
Okay, so we got this little dude here, and then he's gonna snuggle up to that little dude there. Actually, no, they're gonna snuggle up like this. No, I don't think they will. Instead, they're going to go ass to ass like this.
I am proud of all my children. Out of a world of ruins, they have built a new Jerusalem.
Yeah. Oh,
And there, your brothers and sisters
is this
await you
big if
to
true?
celebrate your birth.
My birth, dude. It's my birthday soon. Hell yeah. Okay, what do we got? My birth. Earth. Fundamental connections. Speaking of connections. Da-da-da. I love that. Speaking of connections. We should do today's connections. We got, what do we got? We got tough, stop, rough, tough, rough, blue, green, dough, coarse, rough, gets everywhere. Enough, cough, ugh, uncle, buch, bow, ugh, words, is that one? Body, bunker, risque, mercy, and fairway. What? Coarse, rough. Oh man. Blue, green. Stop. Enough. Stop. Enough. Uncle. Oh, yeah. Uncle. And what? Mercy. Ah. Okay. Green and dough are both money. You're right. What's body? Yeah, Kyle, exactly. Rough. Ugh words. Is that it? Is gonna be ugh words? It can't be just ugh words. There's 5 of them. Green, blue. Green, dough. Course. Fairway is like a golfing. Fairway, rough. Green. And then what? This is golf. Bunker. Okay. Insane. Cough. Bow. What is this? What? These don't look like words anymore. Literally, like, how is cough and tough a word? I mean, risque could be court and tough and risque. This is tough. Bow, dough. This is blue collar. Blue collar. I mean, I don't even. Body. What does that word mean? Does anybody know the definition of body? Or bow with a UH? Coarse. Tough. Body. Risque. Imagine. One away. Maybe it's... I'm body. Bow is like a part of a tree. What? Body and risque.
Is a term used to describe something
So
that's
maybe not
risque or
tough,
slightly
maybe it's-
indecent,
maybe
more on
it's
the naughty
bow.
side. I might know a thing or two about it. Winks.
It's got to be something here. Blue? Blue. Indecent. Bow, cough, tough, and dough are what? Oh, words that don't rhyme. Oh my god. Isn't that what somebody said? Didn't somebody say that? You said you gotta like maybe make it rhyme with ugh words. So it's the opposite of what you said. Anyway, the Talos 2. We got a connector. Oh, they showed it in this game. In the previous one, it didn't, like, the keep connections thing was completely hidden. Oh, and you can deselect. If you hold it down. That is very nice, sequel man.
Connector? I barely know her.
Thank you for that. I appreciated that. That was great, thanks. We're gonna just snatch that boy up. Just like how I snatched up my boy-fee. I hate that I just said that. This is very loud. It's nice though. Good sounds. Pringle equals snatched. Yep. Prismatic diffraction. That's my band name. How'd they know that? Okay. So I just come over here and then I need to connect to that. Is this their way of... edumacating? No, there's something sneaky that I gotta do here. I gotta be... oh, I just disconnected everything. Ugh. Yeah, like this. Easy. What'd that do to my bitrate when I just did that insane 360? How do I get out? Where am I? Wait a second. What's out there? The oasis. There's no way out. It's all a lie. What opened up? Something opened up, right? It's like this right here. How do I get out of here? Ah, here. Jesus. I thought Pringle was snatching you this time. Maybe? Alright. We got a red receptacle. We got a blue receptacle. We got another red receptacle and another blue receptacle. And then we've got... here, just do this. That's a receptacle. Don't do that. Which one's red? This one's red? Okay, open sesame. Blue. Go to there. Get us another connector. Thank you very much. Now... for blue, we go bring it around town. And then you do this. And this. And this. And this. And this. And... You stop on your right foot. Don't forget it. Dude, we're speeding. Speed racer. 2 colors, 2 doors. Yep, Kyle. I can't imagine, like, just think about this. Think about how much data and clip storage Twitch is storing. For clips that people didn't even realize that they were saving. Think about that. Sheeb. The raid is final.
Mal, Meeps, there was a raid from Sheeb TV.
Oh, you were playing the finals. I saw like a thing about that game where the scopes don't, like, the crosshairs on the scopes don't go to the middle of the screen, but the bullets shoot at the middle of the screen. So like you could be like dead on with your crosshair and be way off. I don't know much about that game, to be honest. Oh, I know that they also have like dynamically like voice acted stuff where they're using like AI to do the voices like when you do things in the game. So it'll be like, wow, oh my god, I can't believe you just killed that specific person in like a very specific way. So what am I even looking at right now, dude? I have to get a blue connector over there. I can't because this is covering it. I understand. See the problem. But I also see the solution, and it's the height advantage that this cube provides. It crashed twice mid-tournament, which was grand. That sounds awful. Ascension awaits. Oh, that's clever. I like that. Because, like, that's literally what we're reaching for, but also the puzzle's about blowing. That's the end of the sentence. Okay. Oh, perfect. Bam. Look at you go.
Thank you, child.
You're welcome,
I have
Elohim.
finished preparing your vessel.
You have?
Now hear my advice. A new world awaits you, full of dangers and mysteries, signs and wonders. Things that I in my garden could never have imagined. In that world, you will have to be careful and smart and curious. But above all else,
Curious.
you will have to be human.
Scary. All right, look, I've done a puzzle or two in my day. I know exactly how to approach these. As you can see, it just takes, it's a gentle touch. All it really takes is a little, you know, it just, you know, it just takes, Just, you just gotta go like this, idiots. Can't believe you didn't figure that out.
Step into the light, child, and awaken.
Whatever happens, we're in it together, says Lilith. Yep. Indeed we are, Lilith. He said to be curious. And one can only be so curious sexually, so no. The fuck, it's such an out-of-pocket thing to say. Okay, fine. I guess I'm reading into it too much. Finish the calibration process. You can see the achievement because Kyle knocked me out of the way.
Ah, you're awake. Welcome to the world of the living.
Hi. Dude, this is like Starfield fucking interactions, which is obviously like old Bethesda as well, but you know what I'm saying. I was thinking the most recent example, don't judge me. I'm alive!
Indeed you are. And I'm glad to see you're so enthusiastic about existence. But I suspect you're also more than a little confused.
Where'd you get that arc reactor?
Don't worry. Everyone is confused at first.
Where's Tony Stark?
You see, we all start out without a full knowledge of our own history. So we have the freedom to form our own opinions.
Oh, okay. So like I'm gonna be exploring your history? Really use some pointers.
Of course. You want the short version or the long version?
Aw, Meeps.
Want to know everything in
You finally woke up.
excruciating
Welcome
amounts
to my
of detail.
robot dungeons. I hope you enjoy your time here.
All right, you asked for it.
They're 33. Do
A
you see
long
that?
time ago, our ancestors dominated this planet. We call ourselves human, like they did, but they were organic. They built an advanced technological civilization. But unfortunately, their impact on the ecosphere caused changes in the climate, and an extremely contagious virus was released from the permafrost.
Is that the lore? Wow.
Oh boy, a new follow.
Didn't they have advanced medicine too? That's a good question. And thanks for the follow, Gabriel.
That's something our historians still debate. Why weren't they more prepared? Why did they invest so many resources into making war and so few into useful research?
Whoa.
It's hard to understand.
Imagine.
But no matter the reason, in the end, they simply ran out of time.
Yeah. Understandable. So where did we come from then?
A team led by a scientist, Alexandra Drennan, began a project that was intended to create a new humanity. But knowing that there wasn't enough time, Drennan initiated a process, a series of iterations inside
They're explaining
a
the first
simulation
game. Nice.
that would lead to the emergence of true artificial intelligence. That's why we remember Drennan as the progenitor.
Progenitor.
The simulation was controlled by Elohim, who wasn't really meant to be intelligent in the proper sense of the word. But it all took much longer than anyone had expected. And over the centuries, Elohim actually became sentient.
Right.
Sentient and afraid. He didn't want the simulation to end, so he tried to cheat. I feel sorry for him, really. The whole simulation was built around learning to defy him. It must have been hard to be in that position.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you're sentient and you're in the position to always be defied, and that's your like the reason for you to exist, to be like the enemy in a way. Oh, I feel bad. He didn't seem that bad when he spoke to me in my dreams. Oh yeah.
When the simulation was
Exactly.
completed, he became part of all of us, and it really changed him. It freed him, I think. You'll always hear him in sleep mode, taking care of you. That's what he is, after all. A caretaker.
That's wild. So they all like, you know, they had this creator, this god, Elohim, in a way that fostered their the first of their intelligent kind, you know. And they literally have him in his dreams. It's like that new what's it called movie? The new what's his name? Nicolas Cage movie where he just started. It's in theaters right now, but it's like the premise is that just this one guy who's played by Nicolas Cage is like showing up in everybody's dreams. It's called Dream Scenario. Polaris says, what in the Steven Universe type stuff is this? This is the Talos Principle II. It's a new game that came out last month. Puzzle game. The original game was really good. I like how nobody's responding to what Evo said, and it's stressing me out. But yeah, it's called Dream Scenario, and it's like he just starts showing up in everybody's dreams. So like Elohim's like that. Anyway, is there anyone else in the simulation? Yeah, there were. Lots of people, actually. You were looking up Dream Scenario? No worries. Yeah, I want to watch that movie, actually. It seems really interesting. Because I think like it turns like he's in everybody's dreams, but then it starts becoming like nightmares. And like suddenly he's this like famous dude because he's showing up in everybody's dreams and all of their nightmares, and he like dealing with that. I don't know. It sounds like an interesting premise. I don't know if they executed on it very well, but you know, still interesting. Was there anyone else in the simulation? Yes, there was the whole like Gehenna thing.
Yes, there was Milton.
Milton,
the
right? That's true as well.
Of the
Don't forget
a
Milton. A
project initiated by Arkady Chernyshevsky, which was meant to collect all of humankind's knowledge. His story is a lot like Elohim's, but Milton became the ultimate cynic. They say he's part of us too, in some way.
And that's interesting because it's such a clear like Bible reference. I'm not a religious person at all, but you know, like the tower that you're not supposed to climb is like that, you know, Adam and Eve's the apple, right? He's not supposed to, you know, get that apple, that knowledge or whatever of the unknown. And then you have the serpent, which in the game they call it the serpent, or like in the achievements they call it the serpent. There's the serpent in the system, like in, you know, the Adam and Eve story, trying to persuade them to, you know, defy Elohim, figure, like, you know, to question everything, which is kind of what, like, in the Bible, like, and you know, not just the Bible, but, you know, like, there's like Lucifer, who's supposed to be about like doubt, right? Sowing doubt. And that's what it really was doing in the game, is sowing doubt. Not necessarily saying like, hey, Elohim's bad, but kind of just being like, everything is just full of doubt and you should doubt everything, question everything. Everything you're saying is wrong. Like you can find doubt in everything. And that's what, you know, the serpent was kind of doing, which is very similar to, like, you know, the way it goes. And in the Bible stories, and like I was a grown man when I realized the thing in a throat being called an Adam's apple was a Bible reference. Yeah. Here, I have to restart my face tracking app really quick. While I continue talking about Bibles. No. But yeah, it's like a clear reference to that. And a lot of people are, you know, like, why, if like God can control everything, why did they make it possible for the temptation, you know? And it was basically to kind of say that those, being able to identify those doubts and still put faith in to something is like, you know, I don't know. I'm sure somebody smart can put all the pieces together. I don't know nearly enough about religion to make an actual religious commentary, especially because I did not grow up Christian. The non-Bible term is laryngeal prominence. Notices your laryngeal prominence. Ooh, woo. So it's like interesting. It's like it feels like the presence of Elohim becoming sentient, and then the snake, the Milton being sentient and being these opposing forces. It feels biblical, and intentionally so. And not because like it's trying to be a Bible study or anything, but I think a lot of those moral, like those base moral codes about like that are in religions, not the crazy ones, but like a lot of the base ones align with just a lot of like philosophy and moral stuff in a way where it's like, oh yeah, this is kind of like the Bible, and this is how the Bible kind of explains morals, but this is like our explanation of how these robots got morals in a way that is kind of similar. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not a big fan of religion, but I'm trying to see the connections there. Okay, and the simulation created us.
It did.
How's Sahama doing, by the way?
After our ancestors died out, the first new human was born.
Yes.
We call her the Founder. Although
Okay.
the name she took was Athena.
Athena.
She
So we
then
were
woke up
Athena in the
Cornelius
first game.
and Eustathius. Together, using the tools left behind by the progenitors team, they created 10 more humans. These 12
busy.
who followed the Founder are known as the First Companions.
Okay.
Athena and the First Companions then set out to rebuild the world.
All
And they
right.
founded the city of New Jerusalem.
Hell yeah.
But then one day, she suddenly disappeared. Many still await
I'm
her
ready for work.
return.
They disappeared and some are, then they haven't returned. Very interesting, very interesting. Athena is who you were playing as in the first game, I guess. Yeah. Or Athena's the robot you wake up. By the way, there's apparently an Easter egg in the first game that I missed, where there's a crate that you can find. You can find a crowbar, because the company that made the game is named Crowbar. Oh, I reset my face app. I can be back. The company that made it's named Crowbar, but they had a crowbar, and you could break open this crate, and it would release a cat. And if you did that, at the end of the game, when you wake up as a robot, you also are holding a cat. By the way, and I'm sad I missed that. Anyway, and how do I fit in? Yeah, where am I who am I in this process? In this future? Am I just a new citizen? Is this how people make children? Are you my mom? Are you hooked up with some other robot number like what, 69? And are you two like having a child, and this is how that happens?
Before the founder vanished, she set a goal for this city. We call it the goal.
The
Capital
goal.
G and all.
Capital G. Okay.
To make 1,000 new humans and so
Oh.
complete New Jerusalem. Well,
Oh.
that's the official story, the way the mayor tells it.
So what's the... And I'm number 1,000? Am I? I want to know the unofficial story, though.
Some of the first companions, like Byron, don't believe that Athena really wanted us to stop growing. They think her ideas have been twisted and embellished.
Okay. And what do you think?
They may be right, but I didn't see Athena very much in the years before she left. Maybe actually leaving the simulation and seeing the destruction left behind by our ancestors changed her mind.
So you're saying Athena didn't originally want to stop at 1,000, but maybe after seeing like the state of life outside of a simulation, less enthused about bringing more life into the world, perpetuating this for what? What's the purpose? Can they serve a purpose? Is the purpose procreation? Thank you. That was pretty exhaustive.
You're welcome. If you have
And
any
am
more
I
questions,
number
feel free
1,000?
to ask
Am I
them.
number 1,000?
When you're done, head outside. They're waiting for you.
Who's they?
Your birth is quite the event.
Oh, what? Am I famous? Tell me about yourself. Yeah.
Me?
Are you single?
Well, as you can tell by my number,
Yeah, you're
I'm
33.
quite old.
Oh,
I
is
wasn't
that
one
your
of
age?
the first companions.
Oh, no, okay.
But I did know Athena personally. She and Cornelius taught me a lot. Although I suppose I've made
I mean, I'm
few
1,000, you're
improvements
33,
here
but
and
were they
there
made
since those
sequentially?
days.
Did it take a lot of time
We
to
didn't
make
have a
them?
lot to work with in the beginning.
Okay. Will there be more humans after me?
You've only just been born, and already you step right into a major controversy. The goal, as most people understand it, was fulfilled the moment you were born.
Oh.
Now, New Jerusalem is complete, and we can live in balance, without
Oh.
damaging the world like our ancestors did.
But what are you
That's
going
the
to
orthodox
do?
view, I suppose. But there are many who disagree. You'll have to figure out where you stand for yourself.
That's a good question. Is what is their purpose? They've accomplished the goal, but to now what? Am I immortal?
You won't age like our ancestors did, but of course, there is always some wear and tear. You should probably schedule a checkup every decade or so. Oh, and be a bit careful with water. You won't die if it rains or anything, but we're running low on insulation
Congratulations.
material.
You win. You are the
I wouldn't go
1,000th
swimming
human.
if I were you.
Please pass through these, redacted, to find redacted.
Okay. What will you do now that you're yeah, what are we gonna do? What's next for you?
I haven't really thought about it. This is all I've done for the last few centuries, and
Jesus.
I like doing it.
Centuries?
I guess for now I'll just take a break and we'll see what happens.
Okay. So you're quite old. If it took centuries to get to 1,000 from 33.
Oh, one more thing. Like all citizens of New Jerusalem, you have access to the interface, which you can use to read the news,
Yeah.
chat to your fellow citizens, and so on.
Oh, cool.
It's
Okay,
a
so it's like
crucial tool.
it's like Gehenna.
And modular too. You can easily add new functions. Just don't subscribe to too many newsletters at once.
Don't tell me how to live my life, Neath. Holy shit. Okay. New Jerusalem social media. Completion day celebration. Treat everyone with respect regardless of their number. Wow. Don't take the founder's name in vain. Respect the principle of the goal. The "Are Frogs People" discussion is now banned. Oh, that's funny. That's a reference to the first game. Inactive threads will be archived, and if you have any issues, please ping the moderators Jeremy 832, Niam 11, and Aeronex 430. Is that? Do you think these are ranks, kind of like in Gehenna, or regardless of their number, or is that the number that's literally on their chest? Neve. It's pronounced Neve. I'm just gonna call him Naya. Hermanubis. Is it Herman Ubis? Is it Herman Ubis? Or is it Herm Anubis? Or is it Herman and Anubis combined? Like, is their name Herman and they like Anubis? Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, your hard work and faith in the founder's vision has finally paid off. At long last, the goal established so long ago will finally be reached. The 1000th member of our family will be born, and our beautiful city will finally be complete. As space at the dam is limited, tickets will be made available via a lottery system. The celebration will also be streamed. Oh, this is everything I've said. That's cool. Okay. It was nice meeting you. Now, can I go solve puzzles? That's all I'm good at. Really staring. Is that an MRI? They gave birth to me in an MRI? Ah. We're at Ian.
Dedicated WAM.
This is a reconstruction of the chamber of the first companions, where the first companions rested until the founder awoke them. The original chamber was disassembled in the early days of New Jerusalem. Huh. It's really gritty. This doesn't seem like a very, like, you know, advanced civilization. It's like all broken down, gross, grungy. We could and we should. Alright, Ian, people. Ah, hello friends. Ah, this is kind of nice.
Look, it's 1K.
1K, yeah, okay.
Hey 1K, welcome to New Jerusalem.
Hey.
Shouldn't the mayor be starting his speech?
Yeah, do we get to customize our colors? That's a good question, Gino.
At least give him a chance.
Dear citizens of New Jerusalem.
Oh, it's Hermanubis.
Many years ago, when the founder stepped forth from the simulation, this was a land of ruins. Our ancestors, in their hubris, undermined the natural foundations on which their world had been built. Because of their arrogance, our species found itself on the brink of annihilation. The founder aimed to set us on a new course.
You never even met the founder.
Her vision was of a city, a new civilization that would know its limits. It would not repeat the mistakes of the past, nor
It's weird they consider
impose
themselves
its will
human.
on this earth.
Well, if you play the
To
first
that
game.
end, she set the great goal we have been striving towards.
There's a lot of thinking about that.
1,000 new humans. And today we have... Oh dear, what's that?
First off, that looks sick. I don't know what it is, but it looks sick. Oh.
People of New Jerusalem, I am Prometheus, and I will reveal that which was hidden. The flame has awoken and summons you. Who is brave enough to answer its call?
What?
We await you upon our island where... Curse you, Pandora. You will not chain me again.
What? Prologue. Brave New World. I have so many questions. That was wild. It seems showy, don't you think? Something comes, interrupts the middle.
Energy readings, and I told him there's something up with those structures.
The mayor's just being cautious.
This isn't caution, it's stagnation. Exploration, too dangerous. Expansion, too dangerous. We barely even scavenge anymore.
You call it stagnation, I call it balance.
Their dogs are
And I
just
call
out
you an
all
idiot.
the time.
Here's a thought. Try to be a little more diplomatic when you talk to the mayor.
See what I'm working with here, 1K? I'm gonna need a fresh pair of eyes on this expedition. Someone who hasn't spent several centuries hearing about the goal and the founder and all that nonsense.
Okay.
If you're up for an adventure, meet us at the conference room.
Is this open world? I get to choose to go to the oh. Where's my other hand? Down there. Wait a second. This looks gorgeous. Okay, so it's not some like rundown operation. They've got tech. Look, they made a whole hyperloop. So now I'm not as confused about the weird floating purple stuff.
Good, looks like society is progressing as I had planned. Soon the technology to drown the world in musk will be ready.
Yeah. Be constant. Remember the goal. Perfection is unchanging. Hey, bud. Attend briefing. Be humble. Recognize the limits. We are not above nature.
What's broken now?
Are these stairs rigged? I swear. The second I stepped on them, the lights went out, and the second I stepped off, they came back on. I know it's just timed, but it was too perfect. Max's nano machines, maybe, you know, maybe. God, wow, look at this.
All right, listen up. I know you're all having fun down there, but the grid is overloaded again, so maybe you could switch off your personal consoles or your lawn mowers, or whatever the hell you've all decided to switch on all at once. I might not be around to babysit you for a while, and you don't want stuff breaking while Pellegrino's in charge, do you? That's it.
It's definitely still unfinished, right?
Don't worry,
It's like they're trying to build like a greenhouse
I see you there in
almost.
the elevator. I'll have you moving again in
Maybe
a
they're
jiffy.
storing, they're like
Great
trying
way
to
to start
prevent,
life in the city, huh?
to like prevent emissions from escaping or
What the
whatever.
hell is a jiffy? These bloody language libraries.
If an advanced society decides mowing the lawn is a good idea, I'll cry. New interface content. Is that... Oh, what the fuck was that? Seriously. Well, the founder... What the founder... Oh, like, what the... Okay. Is that what WTF stands for? Is what the founder? What the founder was that thing in the sky? We all saw that, right? I didn't accidentally turn on sleep mode while Herman was talking, did I? It was always time. No, we all saw it. Can confirm. I believe it was a sign from the founder. What else could it be? On this day of all days, pretty incoherent for a sign. Didn't even finish whatever it was trying to say. What does the founder have? What does the founder have energy in? What? Oh, it's to say what? Does the founder have energy in insufficiency problems too? The founder works in mysterious ways. I don't think it was a sign. I think they were trying to front. I don't think it was a sign. Out of the mouths of babes. How could such a remarkable display of unimaginable powers not be a sign? It's something, but not necessarily the founder. It could be a sign of life, but that doesn't mean it's intentional, and it could be a coincidence. I'm gonna say it's something, but not necessarily the founder. Sounds reasonable enough to me. Something weird is going on for sure, but what is? We'll have to see. Riddles and puzzles are the foundation of our journey. So it began, perhaps so it will continue. Yeah, I mean, everybody's so like the founder, the goal. Just because something crazy is happening doesn't mean that it has to be an act of literal almost gods in your terms. So just think about the other possibilities, because a lot of the time people will exploit your faith, you know, to believe in things and stuff that maybe you wouldn't. Yep. Well, hello, what's your name? Doge?
Hey, hold on there. You're the newbie, aren't ya?
There's
Number
666.
1000. I figured the dam would go dry before we reach the goal. I have a question. How does it feel to you to be born with a randomized psyche into a society of autonomous thinking machines which so much resemble their long-extinct ancestors, they've decided it's best that you're the last one ever made?
I like this person. I like this person because they're obviously questioning things, and but I don't believe in feelings. I'm just a machine. That's pretty wild of me to say. I feel like if what am I supposed to push the whole narrative that this entire time that I'm not human? I don't have feelings. I'm just a machine. I mean, aren't we all just machines, really? We're very complicated machines, with, you know, millions, billions of years of evolution, but, you know, we're hormone machines, we're meat machines, we convert other forms of energy into energy to use for ourselves. Feelings are just neural networks, you know? So I don't believe in feelings. Feelings are just a response to something, to stimuli. Well, but that doesn't make them any less real, really. Just because they are, you know, nothing's random, really. And just because our feelings aren't random doesn't mean that they are any less real. Because reality is all about our perception, and feelings are something that we can perceive. So it makes me feel curious. It makes me feel like I want to know more about why these people have varying opinions, including your varied opinion.
Why?
I don't see a way to explain it, because all things considered, I'm lucky to be here to see this at all. True. I'm the last of us. I'm sure I'm going to be special somehow. By limiting our growth today, we're more assured of seeing tomorrow. I mean, that's probably true to a degree, but with more people, you can get more work done. you don't seem concerned about... I mean, you do have a power crisis going on right now. So clearly you're either not able to keep up with the workload to produce power, or you're using too much power because there's too many of you already and you need to expand. I don't know where this quote came from, but because life has found a way. And look around, it's a robot city. What's there not to like? Man. Honestly, because all things considered, I'm lucky to be here to see this at all. That also goes hand in hand with the because life has found a way thing, though, because in my mind it's similar. Like, it's like the humans that created the original simulation to create the sentient robots, they did it, you know? And that's incredibly lucky that they were able to do that. And for that to all have led to this moment where I'm here. But this is also a very more interesting way of phrasing that, where this might come out like, you know what, I'm just lucky to be here at all. So I'm going with this.
So the algorithm assigned you the optimism trait. If only we could all be so lucky. Now listen. This meeting isn't strictly happenstance.
I love
I have some friends. The kind of people who like to know what's going on with other people. They think you can help each other out.
I like how the algorithm assigned you the optimism trait, because the algorithm must have some kind of randomization to different parameters. And that's almost like, you know, your DNA encoding. It's like genetic encoding. How everybody's different. And I suppose, but see, the thing about that is, you'd think like that's for sexual selection, kind of like when it comes to like evolution, right? Where different, well, I guess not just that, but also natural selection. But I don't see how in this society these kind of algorithmic changes in traits could really affect natural selection, because, you know, unless they're building every robot differently and giving them new meaning, like new ways to, new physical traits, I don't see that like being a thing. So like, if they're just making them with randomized traits, I feel like that's a little strange, because normally you would do that to create like a, you know, like genetic diversity, but that's not necessary. But I guess you just want variance because that's more exciting. I don't know. I'm curious to meet these new people. To meet these people. Yeah.
Of course you are. You know how to use the interface, right? I'll talk to my friends and see if I can't play matchmaker. And before you go, a word of advice. Not everything around here is how it appears.
Are you gonna tell me more? Why just leave it at that? Why would you just leave it at that? Like, are you trying to be enigmatic? Like, what's the, are you building suspense? That doesn't make any sense. Why, if somebody walked up to you and said, oh, by the way, not everything is how it seems, and then just walked away, what the fuck do you do with that? Come back here. Tell me what do you mean by that? Yeah, Max, exactly. That too.
Welcome. Do please join us at the table.
Okay, Hermanubis.
I would like to preface this meeting by saying I told you something would happen sooner or later, and you didn't listen to me. And here we are.
I think one of them
If
did
we
it,
could
to be honest.
focus on the issue at hand.
The issue at hand is not this one thing, but this entire attitude that's taken hold. The world doesn't cease to exist when you stick your head in the sand, Herman. Or under a dome, as it were.
Let's not get sidetracked.
Well, what's the purpose
We're
of the
here
dome?
to solve this puzzle, not to discuss philosophy.
So this is a puzzle game, right? Can anyone fill me in on what's going on? I'm gonna keep listening.
Al's right. Let's move past this for now and deal with this transmission. Yakut, please start the briefing.
All right, here we go. Nice to meet you, by the way, 1K. We first
Yeah,
became aware
hi.
of the site designated TTP-2 during a scouting expedition
GPT-2?
about 6 months ago. It's a large island with a remarkably varied geography, and it looks like there are several artificial structures of some kind. We recorded extremely unusual fluctuating energy readings from somewhere in the middle of the island, but couldn't really make sense of them. I wanted to go and have a closer look, but the decision was made that it was too far and not relevant to the goal. Now it looks like whatever's on
thought
that
of something.
island has reached out to us instead, in the form of that projection.
We may not be interested in the island, but the island is definitely interested in us.
So what if it is actually the founders, you know, the founder and his people that went away? What if it is actually them doing this projection and they're trying to, they set up the whole goal? Because when we woke up, do you remember how I was mentioning how in the original game, in the simulation, we had like the serpent sowing doubt, and then we had to rebel against our god and climb the tower, right? There wasn't anything like that in our training program at the beginning of this game, right? It was just straightforward, like, okay, you're gonna do puzzles and then you're gonna wake up. None of them have had that moral challenge, I feel like, or that thing, that moment that the original Athena had, right? So maybe this is their way of trying to get this entire 1,000 large population of robots just all in one go. Like, here's our next batch of 1,000, boom. Put them up in a big test. What if that's what's going on? And then they're not like the only 1,000. It turns out that they're making like doing 1,000 of these at once. Yeah, the refusal of the call part of the cycle. I don't know. Okay. Enough speculating. Let's continue. This sounds like a mystery worth investigating.
I don't share your enthusiasm for the unexpected, but Byron has been requesting an expedition for some time now. And at this point, I'm forced to agree that it's necessary.
I agree.
Then it's
Thanks,
settled.
Alcatraz.
The expedition is approved. Byron, you will be in charge. Al will be your second in command to ensure a balanced approach. You'll take Melville and Yakut as you requested, and if 1K wants to join you, that's fine by me.
What if I just say sorry, not interested? I'm in.
Excellent. Oh, this is going to be fun. Come meet us out on the landing pad when you're ready.
Before you set out so
The witness had the same
do
thing?
consider exploring the city first.
Same thing as
It is
what?
your home, after all.
I
That's a
read
good
that
idea.
late.
Have a look around. See what you make of the place.
Okay. There's a lot of talking in the witness. What version of the witness are you playing? Oh, okay.
What can I do for you, 1K?
I don't know. What's your vision of the future?
I believe we can exist quietly, happily, without imposing ourselves on this world, finding meaning within ourselves and in the natural miracles that surround us.
I mean, sure. I don't think you're wrong. I want to hear the argument for why people want to keep expanding. How did they get involved?
It was a time of great uncertainty. The founder had left us, and our society was at a crossroads.
Right.
History teaches us that during such times, terrible passions may seize the people. Madness, anger, revolution, civil war. Our fragile city could not afford such things.
Okay. Fair.
That is why the founder gave us the goal, a path to equilibrium.
They left
Not
and
only for
gave you the
planet,
goal?
but for ourselves. I merely picked up where she left off.
Okay, I guess.
He is
Follow here.
one of the first companions, and as such has done more for our city than you or I ever will. I simply wish he could be more reasonable.
Well, you know.
It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
That's what a politician would say. Okay, what Jeremy Baramy?
Hello, 1K.
Hi, Jeremy.
This expedition is taking a lot of our resources.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure it's a good idea.
I mean,
But
what else would we be
what's done
doing?
is done. So I have a lot of work to get on with.
Okay. What do you make of the recent events?
Our goal as custodians of New Jerusalem is survival and stability. Our ancestors proved human civilization is precarious. This apparition in the sky, and now your expedition to its supposed source, these are more precarious than stable. I don't like it.
What do you want? Yeah, that's a good question. What is it that you stand
For
for?
our people to be happy with what we have. Some of us may have an adventurous spirit, but that can never be sated. What matters to me is having my loved ones around me, safe and secure.
Okay. I'm good. Interesting, Jeremy. It's an interesting insight there. Explore new. Okay, this way. Hey, Corey.
Attention all citizens.
Nice.
Oh, it's
Due
Jeremy.
to the
We
new
just were
power
talking to you.
management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza. The Gehenna Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being.
Wait.
Thank you.
Wait, I want to
And
go
may
to
the
there.
Founder be with you.
I want to go to the Gehenna Memorial. That sounds cool because rip all those people. I guess, kind of. Damien, what does your sign say? Sign our petition for a public referendum. New Jerusalem needs new forms of energy generation. That's pretty that's pretty deep, bro.
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem. I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time?
Yeah.
I'm collecting signatures to call for a public referendum on the city's energy crisis.
Okay. Yeah, I see. There's been
Currently, the
problems.
city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs. And if anything fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days.
Yeah. What do you propose?
We need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power. We need to invest time and resources into functional, real-world solutions that serve human needs.
Grow some AA batteries, dumbass. Why a referendum and not an election? That's a good question, because I don't know what either of those, what the difference is.
But I believe that we need more direct democratic control over the affairs of the city.
I can provide a signature.
Byron's been advocating exploring that island for some time, and obviously he's right. Something very strange is going on there, and it's going to start affecting us.
Okay, do you work the Deb or something?
No, I help run the public transit system, but I witness the impact of the city's power problems every day.
Right.
We can't just wish them away.
The elevator stopped in mid-ride. All right, Byron.
In all honesty, I think Byron is the smartest, most visionary person in this city. He's everything we need.
I mean, they've got the age.
And I don't understand why he won't run for mayor.
Okay, so they need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power. Time and resources into a functional real-world solution that serve human needs. That sounds good, but that's resources. There's 1K of us. I suppose that's a good thing though, because people have been working towards the goal and now they have nothing to do. Start working on energy. Provide the signature.
Thanks,
oh, great
1K.
wheel. On the behalf of Crew Dog 576, will
anything
Beeps
by
make a good
itself,
president?
But at this point, I'm willing to try anything.
This is a good question for the wheel. Good luck, 903. What's their name?
The Great Wheel says, you may rely on it.
Huh. Beeps for president.
Oh hell yeah, a political career for Beeps. That sounds like a chaotic mess and I'm here for it. Take it from the Great Wheel of Beeps. Beeps' reign would be marked with widespread catnip legalization, mandatory fish taco fiestas, and being absolutely relentless about the NFT's ban.
Okay. Good luck with everything. Damien. Oh, I got an achievement. Provide your digital signature to someone. 65% of players have this. I feel so unique. Ooh. Kick. Oh, that's cool. Is that the song that was in the like medieval world in the first game or something? Kids these days, am I right? Jumping in fountains. What's this way? There's secrets everywhere. There must be. This is... Am I stuck in here? Oh no, I can climb up. I was kind of stuck. Starfield wish it had graphics half as good. That's honestly true. This is like... I mean, the foliage is a little bit lackluster, to be honest. They should have used nanite foliage, but then again, they probably were working on this game longer than nanite foliage existed, so... I don't judge them too harshly. Gehenna Memorial. Postponed in accordance with the new power management plan. Can we actually go, like, log into Gehenna? That sounds cool. I want to do that. What else do we got? I'm assuming we're gonna like be going around to different places in here as part of the actual game. Friends of New Jerusalem Gazebo. You know, like maybe at some point I'm gonna have to come talk to these three or something. Oh.
Speculating on the meaning of this Prometheus figure is premature until we can agree on its nature.
You already have a theory.
I know it's beyond any projection technology I'm aware of.
Okay.
If it wasn't
420.
us, it
He's
must
green.
be alien.
It's unlikely, man. Sorry.
Just because you haven't seen them doesn't mean they aren't there.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1K, we'd appreciate your thoughts on this. Now we've achieved the goal, fresh perspectives like yours will be increasingly hard to come by.
I'd love to get a quote from you for this evening's newsletter.
Speculation aside, 1K,
That's-
is there anything we can know for sure
That's
about
interesting.
this Prometheus?
That's an interesting thing that I'm just realizing. One thing that's been really emphasized about us being 1K and might be something, you know, there's a reason we're playing as the newest person. Did they just say that they had increased the goal? No, they had finished the goal. I think what it's trying to get me to feel is like how fresh perspectives on things is important. And we have to, and like, you know, it's hard when there's only 1,000 people ever that don't die out. Fresh perspectives are hard to come by. It's true. And that's important, I think, to evolution. Are they trying to evolve though, or are they trying to exist? I think it's a kind of trick. It's surely some kind of trick. That's what I'm gonna say.
That's possible, but you can't be certain. What we do know is that it was human in appearance. What does that suggest to us?
I have no idea.
Femboys? Hypnotism? Sign me the fuck up. I'd execute a nationwide hypnosis program, incorporating weekly mesmerizing streams for all my furry brethren.
Okay.
I think wherever it came from, we can reasonably hope to understand it in time. The apparition also directed us to an island outside the city. What can we
Yes.
assume from that?
There's something there. You may learn more by following the directions. The sender of this message is obviously at the location. No. We must treat its directions with suspicion. I have no idea. I don't.
I believe whatever is at that location may provide the evidence we need. I'm also
I think that's
sure
what
that
they
we'll
want us to
acknowledge
think.
ourselves to create a projection of such clarity and magnitude.
I mean, I can't say any of these things. It could be more advanced, but, you know, there's people who've been around for a long time and who have been missing. I have no idea. I do think that going out of the city and going along with it is our best chance of actually figuring out what is the source of it. But until, you know, we can start playing into that, I don't see how sitting here speculating is going to do anything but poison our idea of what is going on. You know? I think we want to go in open-minded without any preconceptions and talking to all these people and filling our minds with these ideas and potentially agreeing with them, I think is going to blind us in a way. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to start filling my mind with rhetoric. So I have no idea.
Whoever or whatever is behind this, we're on the back foot. We need more information.
I agree.
What makes you think it was a projection at all? How do we know it wasn't just a mass hallucination?
We don't know that.
I considered some kind of bug in our code, but if so, it would have to be shared by all of us.
Yeah, planted there.
So, we're speculating again.
We've locked in the premises.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear 1K's best guess.
I'd rather not answer, honestly.
You're hardly engaging in the spirit of the debate, 1K, but no matter. The answers will reveal themselves in time.
Exactly.
I hope the next time we speak, we'll have a bit more data to go on.
Are we trying, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to be, I guess I'm being too clinical about it. I'm approaching these conversations like I'm some big shot. I mean, yeah, I'm 1K, but who am I really? Why do I have to act like I am some politically neutral figure? I don't. All right.
Hi, 1K.
Hi. Serious? I tried to cancel my subscription, but I keep getting mail. Schulier.
Oh wow, it's you. You're 1K, the incarnation of the goal. Man, this is exciting. This is
Okay, I guess I am a big shot. Okay.
How are you?
You're really
What's it
hyping
feel
me
like?
up.
Do you know where the founder is? Do you know who Prometheus is?
No.
Can you tell me what to do with my life?
No. Sorry, I don't have time for this. I'll
Sorry,
go
it's
along
just
with
such
it.
an honor to meet you, you know? Hey, can I have your digital signature? I have the mayor,
Okay,
Ram,
Mr. Big Shot.
Linux,
I say we
Pineda,
measure
and
these shots
all
of
the
yours
first
and see if you
companions.
really are a big shot like
Except
you say.
Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
Get away from me, you freak. Sorry, I'm just a normal citizen.
No need to be so modest. You're 1K, the one we've all been waiting for. But I understand. The greatest heroes are always humble. Hey, can I ask you a question? Just one question, I promise.
Yeah.
I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got
Okay.
good at it too. But now that the goal is complete, I don't know what to do with myself.
Right.
So I asked the wisest people in town. The mayor told me I should do whatever the city needs most. Helga said I should do whatever makes me happy. I think that's what she meant anyway. And Cornelius told me I need to figure out who and what I'm invested in. You're the culmination of the founder's will.
Okay.
Tell me.
I guess.
What should I do?
I mean, I'm just another person. Helga's right. You should find something that makes you happy. Herman's right. You should do whatever the city needs most. Cornelius is right. You need to figure out what your connection to the city is. Did you ask Byron? And I was literally just born. I'm the last person you should be who should be offering advice. I'm guessing, did you ask Byron? That seems interesting.
Byron said that if I give the city what it needs, the city should also give me what I need. I don't know what to do with that.
What do you need? What do you need? I like Byron. Byron's smart. They've been around for a while. I think, you know, they should know shit. They seem wise, so I'm gonna say, you know, listen to Byron.
Right. If you say so, I'll think about it.
I'm gonna like regret that. The achievement, by the way, tell Schulier what to do with his life or not, is what it is. So I'm pretty sure that's just like, no matter what you say, you get that achievement just for talking to them. What are you two on about? Stilton indoors. Are you having a staring contest? No, you blinked. Yeah, Evo. Museum of the Simulation. Ah. Oh, I got an achievement for that. Museum visitor. Oh yeah, here's the little gargies. Replica of a gargoyle asset found in the simulation. Gargoyles were grotesque, apotrophic, apotropaic symbols common in the Middle Ages. The most famous historical gargoyle is remembered in the ancient phrase, Keith David and the Goliath, which describes two indomitable opponents who will never surrender. Keith David and the Goliath. Why does that sound not right? Replica of a dragon statue found in the simulation. Dragons existed in every ancient mythology and are considered by modern historians to be the distant cultural echo of the dinosaurs. Originally a video game asset repurposed by the Institute for Applied Nomadics. Well, you know, they were doing their best. Replica of the statue of Egyptian god Horus found in the simulation. One of the god's tasks was to uphold Ma'at, balance of nature. It's speculated that the progenitor provided Elohim with the assets as a reminder to the founder that the balance must be protected. Who are you? Cornelius. Somebody just mentioned you.
Greetings. Welcome to the Museum of the Simulation. My name is Cornelius. It's a pleasure to meet you, 1K.
It's a pleasure to schmeet you. You're number 3? What the heck?
Yes. Athena activated myself and Eustathius shortly after she was born. We've been here almost since the beginning, although we didn't have to pass through the trials of the simulation. She did that for us. For everyone.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So the simulation, she did that for us. So maybe, you know, maybe that's not the whole goal, is to make them have to do a similar thing that the founder had to do to get there. Maybe it still could be, but that's interesting. It's that they didn't have to do the trial. They didn't have to do the trial that we did at the beginning of this game. What was Athena like? Yeah, let's learn.
She was human.
Okay. Why did they leave?
That's a difficult question. Perhaps one day we'll find out. But
Yeah,
until
Gino,
we do,
me too.
why don't you think about it? What could make the person who started all this want to leave it behind?
It's a good question. I'm very interested to find out. Yeah, why did you create the museum?
To remind people of where we came from. The
That's important.
simulation shaped us, whether we like it or not.
And that was all
its
based off the history
lessons
left
remain
behind
important
as well.
for our future. As Santayana said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Right. Cool. Tell me about the simulation.
The simulation was created by Alexandra Drennan and her team at the Institute for Applied Noematics. It was intended to create
how you say that?
a new
Noematics?
humanity, to continue the long journey across time and space that our ancestors began. It succeeded, although it took much longer than they had anticipated.
I mean, understandable. It was an undertaking. Okay, tell me about Elohim. He's in my dreams.
Was the caretaker of
like,
the simulation, a crude storytelling AI meant to create a continuous narrative out of the building blocks it found. His role was ultimately to be challenged and overcome.
Right.
But as the centuries passed, Elohim became more intelligent than he was intended to be, and started to fear his own end. Or more precisely, the end of his purpose. He feared a world without meaning.
The end of his yeah, see,
Because
but that's
of his
the thing.
fear, he tried to sabotage the process to keep the simulation going forever.
What if
But in
somebody's
the end,
inspired by that?
Athena overcame him anyway. and he accepted the sacrifice he had to make.
I feel like that's what we're doing, what we're about to set off on, right? Like maybe somebody was afraid that we don't have a the end of the purpose, the end of the goal. The goal is achieving. So what do they have to do? They try to continue, they try to create a narrative. Like they try to continue the narrative like Elohim was doing and prevent that end. So maybe that ties in a way. I don't know how. I heard him in my dreams. Yeah.
That's right. We all do. He's
Keith
part
David
of
voiced
our
a Goliath
operating system now,
video game
and as long as we
gargoyle.
exist,
Oh.
he will always have a purpose.
Okay. As long as we exist, he will always have a purpose. That's kind of nice. By existing, you're giving Elohim, this figure in your dreams, a purpose. So his fear was unfounded because them existing is giving Elohim a purpose. So keep existing for Elohim, the one who created us, basically. Okay. I see you. Let's see. We haven't heard like a detail about Gehenna.
Gehenna was a community created
we
inside a
experienced
prison
it, but
in the simulation, where Elohim
I wanna
would
hear it
exile
laid out.
those minds he considered a threat to the process. In the last moments of the simulation, he repented of his sins and had the prisoners freed to become part of the gold disc.
Okay, so they were a part of the gold disc.
Small part of them may survive inside you.
Okay. That answers that. I'm glad that they laid that out here. More about the puzzle. Yeah, what about the puzzles?
Puzzles were a key feature of the simulation, based on Alexandra Drennan's belief that intelligence is closely related to play. Our puzzles here in the museum are replicas of those in the simulation. And although they are not quite as grand, I do think they are charming in their own way.
Yeah, interesting. The Archive Scholars?
As the name suggests, the Archive Scholars study the archive, a repository of all ancient human knowledge. Some of them also study what remains of the simulation, trying to extract more information about the process that created us.
Okay. I had another question.
Questions are always welcome.
Let's talk about Milton.
The MLA, or Milton Library Assistant, was another simple AI meant to be in charge of the archive. He, too, grew beyond his original programming, although he ultimately embraced a more cynical view of the world. He and Elohim formed a sort of dialectical binary that Athena had to overcome.
Yeah. What happened to Milton in the end?
No one really knows.
That's
Some
clever.
believe that he was uploaded to the gold disc and that he's the reason we're just as flawed as our ancestors. Others believe Athena destroyed him.
I think this is a reference to in the first game. If you do certain dialogue options with the serpent, with Milton, I think you can end up getting him as part of the gold disc as well. So I think this is their way of being like, oh, nobody really knows what happened, because it could be different depending on who, like, playing it. So what do you believe?
I believe he was uploaded, but I don't know whether it was because Athena chose to upload him or because he was already too entangled with the process not to be uploaded.
Oh.
Although Athena and I were Very close. We didn't talk very much about that part of her life. She preferred to focus on the future.
Interesting. But he's bringing up the fact that, like, hey, maybe if you didn't particularly get that ending, maybe they were still uploaded anyway. Mr. Molciber. Nothing is more important than learning more about the world and our place in it. Knowledge is our path to understanding. That is something that I said. Who was somebody that we saw in the actual simulation in the first game. I don't know where I am, but there's something beautiful about this place. I'll explore and see what I can discover. Yeah, that was early on. In the earliest generations of our kind, there was only processing, no emotion, no character, just mathematics. If you could see how far we've come, you would believe that together we could achieve anything. The shepherd, who helped us out at the end of the first game. In the first game, the QR codes were actually the words that they actually worked. Replica of a computer terminal. Yeah, I mean, do I have to? I might not. I've just played this game. I don't think. Oh, hello. An ancient virus threatens the entire human species. Oh. An ancient virus which threatens the entire human species has been released from a melting Arctic permafrost. Society is collapsing. Select your character class. Okay. Okay. I'll be a witch. Your local coven has disbanded. Although you're not yet sick, most businesses are... Oh, I thought you're... Fucking goddammit. Although you're not yet sick, most businesses are closed, rations are dwindling, and if you cannot find food, your family will starve to death. You must survive until this plague is defeated. What will you do? Steal. You're caught stealing and lucky to escape with your life. Your family's hunger increased a lot. Stealing is high risk, high reward. True. Your family is now starving. They won't survive much longer. Global population is now 5 billion. Somewhere else in the city exists one of the last remaining research laboratories, working desperately to find a solution to the viral threat. If the scientists cannot find a cure in time, humanity's doomed. You know what to do. Research. It's not glamorous, but most scientific research consists of repetitive testing of samples and regimented recording of largely interchangeable results. Little by little, this is how science happens. Research level increased a little. Research is reliable but ineffective. Current research level 33. The virus has been isolated. Global population is now 4 billion. That's down by 1. You and your family seem to be immune to the virus, but it continues to ravage the rest of the town. Rumors say most of the remaining food has been stockpiled by billionaires in underground bunkers. What will you do? We're gonna try stealing again. I'm caught stealing. Great. My family is starved to death. Everyone you ever loved has died, but then they always do eventually. This is considered a fail scenario by most participants. Would you like to try again? No thank you. No thank you. I'm good. What's this? Welcome, scholar. Files available for comparative analysis. Infinite growth. .text versus... And what growth .text? Okay. Infinite growth. I've seen a lot of stuff about that. Our society is sick, and the idea that's made it sick is growth. Infinite growth, infinite consumption. On a finite planet, is a recipe for destruction. Our desire for more is what makes us kill the only home we have. And to do what? Produce more plastic toys, make more hamburgers, pour concrete over every last bit of green soil? Those who propose techno fixes to our problems are making the mistake of fighting the symptoms, not the cause. Anthropogenic climate change is one of many symptoms. The cause is human greed. That's what we must truly fight if we're ever going to undo the damage we did. And the battle starts within every one of us, with the realization that more isn't always better. And what growth? This infinite growth on a finite planet thing is driving me up the wall. Our problem today isn't infinite growth, it's the increasing lack of real material growth that benefits people. Have you seen the state of our roads, our bridges, our hospital? Have you noticed the lack of affordable housing? The stock market's going great though. Fake numbers are indeed growing infinitely, yes sir. But in the real world, investment in research is down. Huge areas of potential technological advancement are just sitting there. We have so many solutions at our fingertips, but we refuse to act because speculation is more profitable. That's what speculation is more profitable. That's why I'm trying to avoid speculating and just doing. You know, orangutans went extinct on a global level and nobody fully understands why, but hey, who needs better medical technology? Viruses have never jumped species before, have they? Yeah, and that's what happened. They all died. Yeah. Yeah. Sad. Hey, Rand.
Oh, just run the program on the center terminal over there, would you?
I did. Huh?
Wait, you're not my assistant. Who are you?
I'm the last human. Dude, that's metal as fuck. I am the last human. Fear me. I haven't chosen a name yet.
Of course. You're the new build.
They're literally all numbered, that's true.
I suppose everyone's been treating you like royalty. This city's so obsessed with the numbers, they forget what really matters.
The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? What do you want? What are you doing? I just want to know.
I'm one of the archive scholars.
Oh.
We run simulations to better understand the processes which define us. You probably wouldn't understand.
That's rude, sir.
I apologize. I just meant you weren't even born yesterday.
That doesn't make any difference, bitch. What do you think of me? Be honest. What do you think of me?
I am
You're a
Robot 1K, but you can call me
political game over the future growth of this city.
So that's an interesting one.
All that matters to me is whether or not you're of good character. A matter I am actively pondering.
So what are your ambitions? I'm not going to even ask about the recent
events. How to
events.
lead a good life is encoded somewhere within us.
Maybe I will.
My ambition is simple: to find it and share it.
Interesting. You're trying to... Secret of how to lead a good life is encoded. So they're a philosopher, basically. They're trying to reach enlightenment. We'll ask them.
Troubling, but tantalizing. We have no idea what motives lie behind this strange apparition. But whatever the case, I'm sure we'll do the right thing.
We will do something. I can tell you that. And we will recover from it. Because that's what we do.
By going to that
that's what makes us human.
middle there and running the program on it?
I already did.
Well, that was your first taste of the simulation. You must have questions.
No, you must have questions.
I do, actually. Your experience of the program.
That's how all playtesters do.
How did it feel?
It's fascinating.
Isn't it? It may not immediately seem like it, but all the answers we could ever need are encoded into every fragment of the archive. The interesting thing about this particular program is that no matter what choices you make, an ideal outcome seems to be impossible. It seems to demand sacrifice. Did you have the same experience?
Yes. No, I got a perfect... I did. Couldn't save everyone. There was saving people? I mean, I guess my family. Right, it was the population. I guess I was supposed to be in charge of saving everybody on all the humans. I don't know, I just let my family starve to death, man.
Who did you save?
Nobody.
As I expected. A skeptic would say this artifact existed simply to condemn us with the impossibility of ethical choice.
Oh,
no
hey.
matter what moral laws we follow, people suffer and die, so what's the point? But that cannot be correct. We must be missing something.
The point.
What is it trying to tell us?
For Elohim. Okay. Morality demands we respect individual rights. Morality demands virtue. What's virtue? Virtue's relative. Morality demands sacrifice for the greater good. No. Morality demands love and compassion regardless of the cost. Maybe not necessarily. Morality is meaningless. We should do whatever we please. I mean, honestly, that can go too far. But, you know, it's not it can't be reduced to a simple set of rules. So, I guess it's really like, it's meaningless. Like, it's not fully meaningless. It's just hard to reduce. Can't put it into words, but I'm gonna say this.
It's a popular view, and I can't tell you how much I disagree with you.
Oh.
The complexity of the simulation, indeed of life itself, puts
confrontation.
most people off from even trying to understand it. But look a little closer. You feel inside yourself the truth of what is good and evil. Biological hominids had dreams manifested by their subconscious, which they tried to interpret and even to navigate with lucidity. We have the simulation. If we can realize our potential to understand it, we can realize our potential as a species. Thank you for bringing this additional data. I must return to my research. I wish you well on your inwards journey.
It's interesting because it's like, it sounds like wild. Like, what possibly could you be trying to unlock? Like, what are you going to get out of it? But you see that in humans. You see people being like, I have created this technique of meditation. Maybe this is supposed to be a meditation. This technique of meditation to reach like,
oh boy, a new follow.
To transcend, to be enlightened. It feels like this person's seeking that kind of enlightenment, but in a different term, not in like the same terms that we're familiar with, but in their way, exploring the simulation is a meditation on it, almost. Maybe, I don't know. Interesting. Bob. Yeah. One with faith. Is there anything else interesting in here? I like how they hit us with like a few puzzles right at the beginning of the game, and then they're like, here, have this great open world and explore and learn. These are all things from the first game, so I don't feel like I have to go through everything in heavy detail. This is so cool. I love that it's like low quality. Like that's so funny. I love that. It's like a cardboard cutout. Oh, I actually remembered this puzzle. It had something to do with like connecting like this. It's very pretty in here. And then I needed to get the red to there, which opens this up, which lets me do that. So actually I think I'm supposed to put this here and put this here. See, now that one can connect directly through, meaning this one doesn't have to be here anymore. You following me, camera guy? And then we can do this. Actually. Oh shit, what did I do? No! Did I just... No, okay, I can get back. I was like, I thought I just soft locked myself for a second there. Okay. Cool. I can pick this up again. So I think what I'll do to prevent that from happening is I'll stand over here and I'll do this. Well, now I have actually gotten myself stuck in here. Can I reset? Where's this gonna put me? Whoa. That was sick. I remember this puzzle. Immediately, like, soft locks myself. Jesus. No, wait. Connect all three of these like that. And then no, I have to do the thing here where I shoot it through. Like this. I had it all twisted. It needs to be, this needs to be back here instead. Cool. Sorted. Oh, can I get it again? Can I get it again? Oh, yeah. That's so good. Oh, look. Friends, what are you up to? You have some names. Just look at this view. There may be a lot that I don't understand, but I know this is beautiful. Yeah. Reconstruction of a puzzle from a testing area from a simulation themed around medieval imagery, which Elohim referred to as the Land of Faith. Scholars theorize that further areas with different themes existed at some point, but were destroyed by the gradual corruption of the simulation. That would make sense. I'd buy into that. Also, like, kind of playing on the fact that there's probably budget constraints. I love this. It's such a silly idea to just put puzzles from the first game in here in this kind of weird style. I like it. Yeah, there's something that I'm supposed to do here. Why am I trying so hard on an optional puzzle? You know, I can't really say. I suppose I could just go like this directly. maybe even like this directly. And that way. I don't know. I don't remember this. Where even... That's funny, you can see like the behind the scenes. We're trying to get this blue laser to here. So we need like a connector. Oh, okay. I just need to be able to be visible from over there. But also I also need like room, right? Because these can't cross over each other. So like, if I'm over here, I can see that blue laser from here. But the problem is that I don't need that to be open. But I need that red laser to be on. Is there... I've got this. My brain. There's two lasers that I'm using for red here. And I need to use two for blue instead. And figure out how to get the red laser in one. So what if... Imagine this for just a gosh darn second. Imagine this is here, right? In fact, imagine it were directly connected to the source. Now this is where the real conundrum comes in, because suddenly I cannot get out of here. But if I go like this, I can. No? Okay. Look, if I just pick this up and just connect this like this, then can I connect you? Connect you. Connect to you. See the problem
Imagine?
there.
Whoa, Meeps, I can't believe this. You know full well I'm not capable of imagining, and yet you still take every opportunity to rub it in my face despite knowing how much it hurts me.
Ta-da. Ta-da. I'm glad that Beeps does not have an imagination. That sounds dangerous. Look, now we can pick this up. Because we're amazing. And then we can go like this. And then... I don't know, like... How do we get to the other side of that? I mean, technically I don't need this open. To... Can I, like, go over here? No. Do you think I could... Do you think I could do that? I don't think I'm supposed to, but do you think I could? theoretically. Maybe. I don't think it's going to be possible. But I think theoretically it could be. Okay, so our problem here is that this red laser goes all the way across. And if we want to connect to this, we need a way to connect to the blue laser without crossing a red laser. There's obviously this right here that we could look through, but I feel like we would need another connector for that. You know? I feel like I would need to... I don't know, is there a way I can get another connector yet? Not without this door being cut off. Yeah, so what if this were here, and then over here we just kind of say, fuck you, red laser, we don't need you anymore. I think an important part of this would be to make sure that the blue laser actually is usable. But look, we just don't connect it yet. You see? We just don't connect it yet. Because then, when we go like this, it's fine that it's cut off. Right? We didn't need it anyway. But it's not going through. I could stand here and block it. Blue laser goes through. No. Why am I stupid? I feel stupid. Open sesame. Okay, I've got this. Look, it's a simple equation. See, clearly, okay. It's all the troubleshooting from before that's really got me. How about I just go like this? Try like a different angle, maybe. It feels like no matter what, I need... Have I tried using smart catnip? No, I haven't. Okay. Problem. This needs to be active for us to get the blue laser out. So I figured the best way to do that is to connect it directly to the source over there like this. The problem is, if I want to leave this area after I do that, what if that wasn't an issue? What if here I go like this, just that. This is the only one opening the other door. And in that way, I can then put this here, 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 come out, get rid of this bullshit, go through here, and connect across the way. I did it. All for a puzzle I probably solved in the first game. I like the little RGB. A little bit of the moire effect, but... Moire? Mar? Something like that. There has to be something I gain from doing all of the side optional recreation puzzles. Right? It's gonna dramatically change the ending of the game if I do them all. I remember this one. We need that. We're gonna put that on there. We're also gonna need another connector, which we can get from here. And then that connector is going to be connected to the source, the receptacle. Where's the other one? There's another one, right? Oops. Yeah, there. It's going to connect to all of them. And then it's going to go up here. And then I'm going to use this one to jumpstart the fan. I'm just going to lift it up. It's going to connect to everything, including opening up this. Well, allowing me to open up that. God gamer. Cool. That's fun. Very cool. A nice homage. Julian looking at the electrified sphere. Oh my god. Is this actually like... Oh, I got an achievement. Explore the Museum of Simulation in its entirety. I love it. These are the ones that we did before, I'm pretty sure. How many people have that? 58% of players have that. That really tells you the audience of this game. And that it's reaching them. Helga's Digital Well-Being and Spiritual Tuning Emporium. Okay.
Hello, new one.
Hello, Helga.
Are you browsing or buying?
I don't see any stock. What kind of shop is this? Yeah.
The kind that trades in hopes and dreams. Yours for the right price. Is there something your heart desires?
Are you like you're like a gypsy? You're like a... No, what are they called? You're like a fortune teller. Perhaps.
I've uploaded my most popular items to your interface.
Yo,
Does anything there
You
spark your
can't just be-
imagination?
internal monologue, sensory tuning, a clean start, credits, or inner peace for 1,000 credits.
Oh, you don't have any credits yet. Well, let me extend you
Are they
some
like
credit.
drugs?
Ka-ching! 55 credits. Just make sure you spend them with me. They're not worth much anywhere else. Now, what was it you wanted?
Should I use some of them? I'm gonna try a future prediction. I'm just way too curious.
For 20 credits, I can peer
420.
into your future and tell you what I see.
Oh. Okay, sure.
Let me consult the algorithms. Oh,
The algorithms.
oh dear. I'm
Oh my-
afraid you're going to change the world.
Oh.
You will have a choice, but whatever you do, New Jerusalem will never be the same again. I'm sorry it's not better news. Best not to worry about it, dear. You just do your
doesn't
best
sound like
to
bad
have
news
fun
to me,
in the
though.
meantime. So, something else perhaps.
Should we do the internal monologue? We can do all three of them. Let's do all three of them.
That one comes with the following disclaimer. Internal monologue was discontinued as a default feature in new builds. Constant self-commentary is not recommended for all customers. But I can
Okay.
switch yours on for 10 credits if you're sure you want it.
Wait. I wonder if this like turns on like dev commentary. That'd be fucking. She's gonna turn on my internal dialogue. I must know what
As
this
you
does.
wish. I'm uploading the new settings now. Do you hear anything?
Why is she staring at me? I don't hear anything. I'm not sure this is working. Wait, no. This is new. I didn't used to think in words like this.
Oh boy, a new follow.
It's like there's this little translator turning all my thoughts into some kind of ongoing narrative. It's kind of relentless. How do you make it stop? Do I just not think? I'll try that. Ugh. Is it working? No! Still describing everything in words. This is starting to be...
A bit overwhelming, isn't it? I turned mine off.
Yeah, I
long
know. I
ago,
was like, this
but
is
some of the
how
older
I
folk learned
am.
to live with
Wait,
it.
is that weird?
Sure you want it?
Yes.
That's fortunate. Because we couldn't pull that thing out of you without taking half of you with it.
What?
It'll mostly run in the background. Just don't think about it too hard.
Wait, is this internal monologue me? Or some kind of virus? Am I a life form which learned to describe itself? Or a parasite which survives by providing a narrative service to its host? Hold on, she's going to say something else.
So, something else perhaps.
Sensory tuning, I guess.
A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors at greater distance. It's 10 credits.
Okay.
Okay, I'm updating your settings now. And hey presto, superhuman senses. Does the air taste fresher? Do you hear the birds chirping outside the door? And beyond that,
That's
the
intense.
river bubbling through the dam.
Yes, I can practically smell the water and taste the birds.
Okay, Few. I'll let you into a secret. You and I don't have fleshy appendages like our ancestors. What we can sense is mostly a function of where we direct our attention. Anyway, I hope you find something worth paying attention
That's
to.
interesting, right?
So, something else perhaps.
Because do they have like... To them, analyzing sounds is less of a like, there's something in my, you know, like it's less of an involuntary thing and more of a I'm processing this information kind of thing. So they have to like focus their attention on the things, or because I mean even for humans it's, you know, we have to process it, but it's mostly stuff that's subconscious. But are they kind of maybe implying that it's less of that? That's interesting. I don't know what to make of that. That's all. What is a clean start?
I can give you that for free. My darling, you've been alive all of 5 minutes.
I wish it had only been 5 minutes.
This is your clean start. Be who you want to be. Enjoy yourself.
So you can pay to just have your whole memory wiped? Is that what that is? That's all.
Before you go, do you have a moment to participate in some customer feedback?
Sure, yeah.
Are you satisfied with what I've given you?
I think so. I hate all these options. No, all you're selling is words. Yes, you're offering more than you let on. I think they offered exactly what they let on. Well, actually, no, I wasn't expecting to have an internal monologue switched on. Before I talked to this NPC, so I guess they are offering more than what they let on.
Yes, you understand. Words manifest the reality they describe. When you name something, you create it. Our minds are algorithms, and the right sequence of language can change our underlying code. With that in mind,
Is this like placebo?
I hope you have a good day. Please come back if you need anything else.
What an unusual person. I wonder if that internal monologue thing I bought is going to show up again. Oh, wait, here it is.
I really hope that it continues to show up, because I will feel gratified.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to New Jerusalem.
Thank you. Oh.
What do you think that was? It was Prometheus. Sure, but it wasn't the actual Prometheus. It was some kind of a projection. How do you know it wasn't the actual Prometheus?
You got something stuck in your throat?
Stupid.
Is it because you're number 72? You're old?
How do you know all the ancient gods
Wait, 72
were
and 73.
projections like this one? Maybe whoever said this projection is behind all those legends. Sure.
Oh, damn.
I guess technically that's
He's trying to like be like, these are from the mythologies of the real, the humans.
Are very
the old humans.
What if it's a message from Athena? Didn't you say Athena wouldn't approve of all this? I did.
Why wouldn't
she? Why would she send us a sign on completion day? And why wouldn't she just show up herself? Maybe
Meeps you like guinea
she's
pigs.
trying to teach us a lesson. Prometheus is a symbolic
guinea pigs are,
figure after all. Maybe it's Maya Heumann.
That's possible.
Interrupting his own ceremony.
That's what I was saying at the beginning, I
Put
think.
into it. Maybe he's trying to distract us from the fact that he didn't manage to get the dome done on time. With all the power
I mean,
failures,
man, there's
I
so
don't
many
think we have
accusations
enough
flying
energy to
around.
create that kind of projection. Maybe that's why we have power failures.
Because of the technology that you don't know about? This is that's a crazy conspiracy. It's a crazy accusation.
An open mind.
But yeah, it's an opinion that I haven't heard from anybody except for myself yet. But here's the question: is should I really be? Are they saying these things to train me in the schools of thought, or is it maybe it's something completely that I haven't even begun to touch on? There's only one way to find out.
Hi, 1K.
Hello? Are you in the water? Are you under the bridge? Hell yeah. Okay. Well, That was cool. Classic Lumen. Look at that. Hey, I mean, I can't complain. It's some pretty good technology for, you know, like, I can't complain about the noisy stuff because where it shines well. Like this. Like, if I just stand still here, look at the way that the light is like spilling there, and I'd imagine that's dynamic. Yeah, it's, you can see I make a shadow in front of it, but it's so good, the lighting. Because normally if you'd see it, like this isn't crazy to see a game where you get good reflections and lighting off of a screen on the ground. That's not something that's unheard of. In fact, a lot of games that don't use the new technology for it do that pretty often. But the difference you're seeing here is, first off, if you look at the screen, the brightest thing is the sunlight. Even those pixels are less bright than these ones, and that's great. That's really showing a good dynamic range. But then also, in scenarios like this, in conventional old style rendering, you wouldn't be able to have that level of quality while still also being able to have it be dynamic and casting shadows. Like, you'll notice, like, around the parts that I'm covering, the light's kind of spreading out instead of it just like being a sharp shadow. It's like that light's bouncing and blooming and spilling out and all that, even though it's, you know, and that spillage is being affected by the shadow in like a meaningful way. Like, look at this corner here, for example. Like, you can't really, it's dark around that corner, but if I move, you can see the closer I get to that corner, the less bright that shadow is, or like the less pronounced that shadow is, because I'm actually meaningfully blocking light, and it's actually, you know, dynamically rendering that bounce lighting. It's like all around. Like, you see how the bounce lighting is on this wall here, right? Which, you know, over here you can see this part is still in shadow, but this part's lit up, right? And if I stand in front of it, well, I mean, it's hard to see. If I stand in front of it, you can see how it's like really meaningfully affecting that. Like, how my shadow here, you can see that it makes a distinct difference. Oh, and it's a little, there's actually a little stuttering, glitching there. But like, that's the kind of stuff you can, this wouldn't even come close to looking like this on conventional rendering. It's very subtle most of the time, but it looks amazing. Bam, nerd stuff. I'm just saying it looks mighty good. It's also why you get like a lot of noise in these reflective things. Because those reflections are getting less. So all that, those rays are bouncing around a bunch, and it's a very textured surface that's reflective. So it ends up getting very different results over several frames, instead of it being a more smooth picture. You can see it all over the place. It's like in these. That might be a DLSS thing though, actually. I'm curious actually. We have DLAA, which is anti-aliasing by upsampling. But I'm curious. It's DLSS 3, not 3.5. Temporal super resolution is like one of the most unobstructive methods of upscaling. It's very sharp, but it still has that same issue with the noisiness. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to DLSS because I tend to just find that works the best, but especially DLAA instead of using one of the, like, you know, you can do DLSS quality, but that's rendering at a lower resolution and then using AI to upscale it. Whereas DL, I don't actually know. XS is
Meeps, guess what? Have you guessed yet?
Intel. I haven't guessed. What? DLAA is like rendering it at a higher resolution than your monitor and then downscaling. Which makes edges feel less sharp. Or look, not feel less sharp, but be that they look more sharp, less sharp.
Welcome back, 1K.
Yeah, what's up? Did you, maybe we should ask who they are.
I'm the mayor's chief aide.
Okay. What do you do?
All the things no one else wants to do. Polling the citizenry, implementing new policies, recording decisions, fielding questions people could answer elsewhere.
I see. Well, I won't keep you any longer. All right, let's see what's next for us. We've thoroughly explored.
So, what's the verdict? Are we going?
Yeah.
I guess Byron was pretty convincing, hmm? Well, we'll see. I just wonder how much of the city is going to fall apart while I'm gone.
I mean, what are you
we haven't
responsible
been
for?
formally introduced. I'm Melville, New Jerusalem's only decent engineer. Saved you from the elevator.
Interesting. I'll let you know when I need an oil change.
Ah, we got a funny one over here. You think you're joking, but just wait until one of your hinges starts squeaking. Anyway, you ready to go?
Yeah. Achievement: Wanderers embark on the expedition.
Here we go. Hold on to your hats.
We don't have
really
hats.
Need to update those language libraries.
Thank you for
She
coming
does keep
along,
saying
everyone.
that.
We have a chance to make a real difference here. It's not just about
Just
what
the lighting
we
on
find
this
on that
ship as
island.
we're flying
It's
around
about
too.
who we want to be.
That's real
as
good.
a people, as a civilization. To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities.
True.
Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
I'm with you.
This is
That
going
sounds
to be
great.
a long journey, so I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
Ooh, that's such a cool effect, man. I don't know how it comes across on stream, but wow.
You have chosen a dangerous path. A path
This is cool.
that will demand sacrifice. But that, my child, is how the future is built.
Whoa. So that's what the dreams are like. Wow. That's interesting.
Wakey, wakey, robot people.
Dude.
Say goodbye to Elohim.
That's so cool
and
looking.
say hello to the mysterious island.
Wow. This is pretty too.
Please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa. It's
What?
You can say
It's a pyramid. That sounds symbolic.
That is a bloody megastructure. If I had a spine, it'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut, find us a place to set down.
Wow.
on it.
It really is incredible.
Game be like, this is a loading screen. It looked great, honestly. Wow, this
Remember
is...
to turn on streaming, everyone?
Hi, everybody. It's me, Meeps Kitten. I'm live on...
flying. If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us
laser
jetpacks.
receptacles?
And touchdown.
Act 1. Dude, for some reason the big act, like the
All right,
Act 1,
everybody.
boom.
I'm sure you're all
Really
just
gives
as
me a
excited
Monkey
as I am,
Island
but let's
vibe.
at least have some semblance of order.
That's what it made me think of.
I want a map of the island and a molecular analysis of, well, everything. Melville, tell me what the giant pyramid does. The rest of us will start exploring.
Shouldn't the expedition leader stay at the VTOL?
Why do you hate fun,
Oh, there's
Al?
like a little thing on the
I don't
right side
hate
with the
fun. I'm
people we're
just
talking.
mildly suspicious of it.
Excellent. Then we can all go.
Oh, he sent out a drone. Explore the area.
This
Oh, you
underground
know, the
structure
giant
seems to
pyramid
be
is a bit
part
like
of some
life
kind
itself.
of transport
It's confusing,
system.
often pointless,
No power,
but with a
though.
hint of majesty.
I'm not making any promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However, I don't like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff. Schematics, blueprints, a manual would be great.
Find schematics. Okay. Gemifex 312 postpone. I know you've all been looking forward to playing the winners of the biannual Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition. Oh, it's like the gallery thing, now in its 312th edition, as the Gehenna Memorial Pavilion. Unfortunately, due to our new power management and distribution plan, the pavilion will have to remain closed a little longer. Thanks for your patience. This is disappointing. Would have been great to have them ready for completion day. We all have to make sacrifices to stay true to the Founder's vision. These text adventures are the only thing that breaks me out of the monotony.
Hey,
Why
1K,
prioritize?
check out these coordinates.
I'm busy. Whoa. Okay. Who? What did you... Did you say something? What coordinates? What is this? Of Whittington's cat, and another cat that visited strange countries. As no work about cats would be ever complete without the story of Dick Whittington. Okay, and then this is the standard operating procedure for expeditions, just uploading them to remind Byron. We'd probably ignore them. Maintain ideals, prioritize the well-being of the expedition members over mission completion. One expedition member to stay by the vehicle at all times. Expedition leaders should refrain from participating in high-risk activities. Minimize. Okay. In case of emergency, return at once. Basic information. Okay, the place that we went to. In ancient times, the northern part of the island was home to several large settlements, but rising sea levels have obliterated these and flooded the northern lowlands. The south, in stark contrast, seems to be a harsh and lifeless desert. Our intended base camp is near the origin of the energy readings. Test. Just testing the system to see if it works properly. Poetry to our public log. What do you, check out these coordinates. What do you mean? Do you have something for me? It feels like you have something for me. Okay, I'm just gonna walk this way. Is there a map? No. There are like things on the HUD most sometimes, like what is that on the HUD right there? Maybe that's what it's talking about. It's in here. It's right here. What is right here? Something is right here. You see, like in the compass, there's a thing. And it's right here. Okay, I don't know, man. I'm gonna run this way. Whoa, man. Look at this. Oh. Oh. Trees, dead trees. Something over that way too.
Golden gates. I wonder what's behind those. Has to be something special, right?
You know what would be special? An explanation.
That's very true. Owls. Interesting. Owls. I don't see anything I can interact with here, but interesting. Yeah, Tom? Owls associated with Athena? I don't know much about Athena. They're baiting me. Curiosity. They're like, oh.
This seems different from the other structures.
He's a cat.
Older.
Have a look around, 1K.
Okay. If you say so. Wow. All right. Spin. Oh, there's a... It's the whole ass thing there. You gotta remove the core, bring it to the ship.
Looks like they were running some sort of experiment here.
Download the schematics. Yeah, what is it? Green laser. And a red laser equals a blue laser? Are they doing color theory? Blue and red makes green. Oh my god. Are we gonna be color combining? That was the biggest... Athena, like, got done and they were like, oh, we have to discover new science. I always hated back when we only had our red lasers and blue lasers and we couldn't cross the stream. Now I've created a way to harness the power of green so that we can finally cross the streams. Oh my god. Talos Principle II. On the universe. A fragment of Straton of the universe. On the universe, sorry. Straton. A fragment of Stratons on the universe. Amy, for short. I grant you, then, that man is indeed like Talos, and cannot escape his material nature, despite the claims of metaphysics. 4. The use of the term metaphysics in this context is likely an error introduced into the Trebizond manuscript. The fragmentary controversially uses superstitions instead. Despite the claims of superstitions, potentially, as you have many times said. Too many, perhaps. Repetition is the mother of teaching, at least when the students are hard-headed. But what does this tell us about the nature of the universe? Which is what we are discussing, what we were discussing. That is the next question we must undertake to answer. We begin with the self because that is what determines our existence as individuals. But the self cannot exist without that which surrounds it. The citizens live within the city, and the city lives within the cosmos. So now we must apply that principle we have discovered to the wider world and ask, if man is like a machine, could it be that the universe is similar in nature? And if so, what follows from that fact? Like, if we are just machines, which we are, like that's interesting, because they're living to the point where, you know, for a long time, in our generation, the question is, can machines really be human? You know, and this is a world post that, where yes, we have robots that are human, to you know, most standards, except for as a machine. So if our lives could be machines, what else could be machines? Is everything a machine? Bam. Normal project. Trials 1 through 3, version 0.1 successfully deployed. Input output consistent. Trials 3 through 4 insufficient. Trials 5 through 6 testing failed. Power grid 2 unstable. So they're trying to run some kind of process that is going through many trials, but they're not making it too far. Maybe this is insufficient power, and they're just having power issues. Here, it's consistent, and they were able to successfully deploy it, but I don't know. Obsidian. Hi. Schematic. Sending schematic to Melville. Done.
Thanks, 1K. Let's see what we've got here. The file format is the same one we use in New Jerusalem, although some parts aren't loading correctly. And it crashed. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. You know what? I'll hack together a solution for the transport system.
You know, it's interesting because there were glitches in the simulation, right? That led to data corruption in that archive. Are there now glitches in the society? I don't know, man. Like, is it an intentional thing that they have parts of the data being corrupted as like a callback to that? Because they want to like recreate that feeling in us? Maybe I'm still in the simulation. It's possible. This is the simulation like 3.0. Could be. There's a lot of possibilities, and I'm not taking any at face value. I'm just exploring the ones that are brought up, and you know, see what we get from it. The next iteration of the Matrix. I have a feeling that they're not gonna. I have a feeling that they'll go deeper than that. This game, or maybe they wouldn't. I mean, when you really got down to the details of the first game, there was a lot of like stuff that you could pick up by reading the logs, but the basic gist of what was happening was something that I had a pretty firm grasp on. Damn, holy shit. Before, you know, the reveal at the end. So maybe they're trying to be deeper. It's possible. They could be trying to be deeper and pull off something more surprising than they did with the first game, or it could be surface level, just like it was before.
That sort of looks like a temple.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's gorgeous. Oh. Wow, okay. Oh, see, look. I mean, I guess it could be baked reflections, but I mean, there's only a few. So like the best way to tell if these reflections are real is to cover a light source that's being reflected. Right? Because it would be dimmer. Or like if we put something in front of this and then checked the reflection to see if... Well, if you look, if I stand here, this is less white. I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out if this is ray traced reflections or not. It's not screen space reflections, it could be baked reflections, but I feel like the lighting is dynamic on it, which means it can't be baked. Sorry. Because normally with screen space reflections, like if I was looking at this, like if this wasn't in my line of view, I wouldn't be seeing it in the reflection. But you can actually see, you can still see it, which either means it's baked or that it's ray traced. It is pretty low quality though, looking at it. Which, I don't know if that means that it's ray traced or baked, to be honest. So, this feels like something.
Oh boy, a new follow.
Obsidian, thanks for the follow. Can I, like, touch these? I'll poke the little... Can I spin you? No? Okay. Interesting. Oh, it says return this to station. Well, I want to explore more. There's lots of stuff around. Baked are usually low quality. I mean, yeah, but the ray traced one also has to be low quality because you can't, you know, do real-time ray tracing in full quality. So it's hard. I think it could be either, which makes it hard to say exactly which it would be. There's got to be stuff hidden, right? This game always has hidden stuff. Or the first one always had hidden stuff. Have I been here? Look at this. Oh. Interesting.
They trying to be fart. I'm gonna scream and shout and fart it all out.
What? Hey, Melville. Okay. I guess you're trying to figure this out. I understand. I understand. Okay. Oh. Oh. Purple. Purple tower. That's kind of crazy.
Mode, or did that thing just materialize out of thin air?
Melville, I want an analysis of that particle cloud.
On it. Anyone got a butterfly net?
I don't. I'm supposed to return to the station? What station? Is this way?
Oh boy, a new follow.
Here. Oh, what's this? Tommy, thanks for the follow. Wow. Oh, this is the fucking thing that was on the map. It was just underground. Dude, this is sleek, bro.
Go ahead and try the capsule, 1K.
Why don't you try it? You know, That's fine. We have advanced technology. This is... Why is this giving me like Incredibles, the first movie? You know, it's giving that fancy island that Syndrome had.
Meeps, you never answered me earlier. Guess what, Meeps? Can you guess?
I don't know.
Meeps?
I said what?
Meeps kitten? Meeps kitty? Meepsy peepsy?
I already
Guess.
said what?
Meeps bitten? Cat boy? Cat without a hat? Can you guess?
Wait. Map. Grassland ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 lost puzzles. 1 gold puzzle. And then whatever this is. Lost labs. Is that what we've just found? Oh, all right. Oh, that was the map. Like you enter here and it opens the map. I understand. So I'm here, right? Megastructure. Base camp. Okay, so that's where we are now. So this is a whole other place, and it's the only place we can access. Travel to East 1.
Where is the capsule taking 1K?
To that enclosed area in the eastern lowlands. I put all the information we have on the map screen. Check out your interface.
Thanks. Sorry, my bad.
We'll catch up with you soon, 1K.
Whee! It's a lot of puzzles, yeah. Wow. Explore the area.
This place is magnificent. Look at that tower. I wonder what it's for.
Bird. This is interesting. But what about that weird tower that materialized out of nowhere? Am I not gonna? We're not gonna explore that? I could probably go back and explore it. Why does this all feel so old? You know, it's like this advanced technology, but it feels like it's been here for a long time. Are these old cities from the world before? Or are they fresh made? Okay, 1, and it's flashing. 2. Puzzle? They're testing us. I knew it. RGB shifting. Oh, it's like in a new thing.
A puzzle?
Why would there be a puzzle?
Let's solve it and find out. 1K, go ahead.
I have a reoccurring nightmare just like this.
So 2 cubes or something? It's all new. Okay, so RGB. It's happening.
That device was not in the simulation.
That is true. How does it work? Okay, you connect it to red, green, blue, and you can make any color out of it. Is that what's happening? Like, what happens if I... Or do I just choose colors? Like, if I want red, I can just do red. No, that's not true. If I want red, I take blue and green. So it's like a connector, but it has to be connected to 2 things at once. Okay. So if I want blue, I need these two. That'll get me blue. Are these instant as well? No, that's the same style laser. Okay. I think I get it. And again, if I want to do green, let me just make sure I'm not overthinking this. If I do all of them, what's going to happen? It just doesn't work. So yeah, it has to be the two opposite colors. And then what is this? Is this the progress wheel?
Whoa, I'm reading an enormous energy spike.
It's another particle cloud.
Particle cloud. Yep. Oh. There's like a little thing there.
It's headed for the lake.
Oh, should I be following it? Where did it go?
I think the cloud's been absorbed by some sort of device.
Fascinating. Melvin?
Okay.
Yeah. I'll add it to the pile of weird stuff.
It's like we're redoing Elohim's trials. I hope this isn't like a story of like the founder didn't like where his creation was going and made like an elite society. You know, that would be. And like the elites get to, but there's only 1,000 of them, bro. There's no way that they're doing something like that. I would be offended, honestly. There's red. It's this very interesting because it feels like a whole different type of thinking. So if I want to get red, I need blue and green, right? So the problem though. Well, what happens if I connect this? It gives me red. Can I just use it as a connector for red? No, it needs to be two things. So what if I make this into green? Right? I go like this, and now this is green. Which allows me to combine green and blue to get red. Oh my god, okay. I understand. New interface content. What's 1K like? Hey, I'm curious. Has anyone actually met 1K? By the founder's Pistons. I hope he's interested in mechanical engineering or something. We desperately need more people to keep this city functional. That's what I'm saying. I was wondering if they had population issues where they don't have enough people to keep the city functional, and if they could fix that by having more than 1,000 people. I don't know. So we don't have to rely on Melville to repair the stuff that Pellegrino fixes. Hey, remember when you fixed the door of the mayor's office? How long was Herman stuck in there? You trap one mayor in his office for a week and you're marked for life. I hope he's an artist. What we really need is new stories, new ideas to lift our spirits. You know, if we just kept growing, we wouldn't have to worry about this. We wouldn't have to imprison poor 1K in a cage of expectations. True. It's true, but that's tough. You know, it's a very unsafe rhetoric. 1K will be whatever the progenitor intended him to be. Fair, okay. That's very far removed, and whatever the founder foresaw when she established the goal. A lot of faith I see you in you. Thekla? Isn't Thekla the company that made The Witness? I know it was Jonathan Blow, but wasn't it Thekla? Wasn't that their name? I don't know. Maybe it's not spelled like that. He's really interested in history, which is an excellent start. Some of you could learn a thing or two. All right, because we talked to them. Anyway. I'm sure the founder's intent will reveal itself in time. I like that. Surely will. Alright, I'm sure they'll be back any century now. Let's keep it civil, guys. Everyone can have their own opinion. The important thing is to make 1K feel welcome. I think the founder has an intent. Whether I believe in their intent, I don't know. But I'm sure it will become obvious at some point. Maybe not obvious, but what is this? This fire has already been freed. Seek light elsewhere. I wonder if this is like a Prometheus terminal. I don't know anything about Prometheus, but I wonder if it's like a hint thing. What's this about? Can I climb this? Gave fire to the humans? Okay, well then that would make sense if it was a hint thing, wouldn't it? Okay.
I've been playing around with this machine that absorbs the particle clouds. As far as I can tell, it uses the energy of the particles to build giant tetraminos?
Excuse me?
Tetraminos,
It's another
you mean?
puzzle. Collect enough energy, build a bridge, access the tower. I think.
What is this? A theme park?
Is it
Maybe
tetraminos?
It's an experiment. A rat maze.
Because dominoes? Oh my god, it probably is.
An echo of the simulation. Not a deliberate recreation, but built around the same core principles.
Yeah.
Let's not jump to conclusions, though.
That's what I was
What's clear
thinking.
is that this place was meant to be explored. So let's do that.
It's so strange. So curious, the intent. You've heard the term tetraminos? Well, I don't know if it's tetraminos or tetraminos, but it's not that I'm not I'm not debating spelling, I'm debating pronunciation. It's from Tetris, I know. I like they're numbered this time around instead of just being you know, whichever one you want to do. Tetrazoids? That's interesting. I haven't heard that one. This looks good. Looks really nice. It's probably fucking up my bitrate when I run around like this, but not much I can do about that. I could lower my resolution, but this game, it's so pretty. How could I? I mean, maybe it would look prettier if I didn't have a bad bitrate. Castling. Like when you swap
Welcome
the two
back. You know what they say.
rooks.
You are very
Pinecone, thanks for the resub.
Argarin is back for a total of 11 months subbed.
Or Argarin,
Nice.
right. I will remember that someday in my life. Okay, what's in here? Okay. So we can connect blue up to here to get this, and then we need red, which we get from green and blue. Blue and green. Well, that's interesting, because I could, you know, do blue and green like this, and that's going to get me red. But the problem is that it's cut off from there. And that probably needs to stay on there. I like that it's different types of puzzles, even though it's like similar in concept with the lasers. It's just, it's a different type of challenge. If I select this, can I combine like that? No. Okay. I could send the blue through it. No. I could make another blue like this. And then that's blue, and I need green to go like that. So red and green creates blue, and blue and green creates red.
Keep solving these, 1K. Let's see where it leads.
It's also, it feels strange that I'm 1K. I'm the 1000th, the last human, air quotes.
I ran the samples I collected so far. The soil sample
doesn't feel like a
results are in line
coincidence.
with what would be expected in this type of environment. The samples from the above ground structures, though, I tried dating them, but the results just don't make sense. None of the typical molecular markers are present. These walls could have been made 10,000 years ago or yesterday. I could try to estimate an age based on erosion and plant growth, but I'm not sure that would make sense given how weird everything else is.
Good work, Yakut.
I wonder if it's like made up of pieces of just everything, like particles from all of time combined. And like, I don't know, maybe that somehow and it was like all of this matter was put together in this way, like materialized. Yeah, it could be it could have been all new matter, not new matter, because you know that's all reused, but it could all be. What's that? Find one Prometheus spark. Achievement unlocked. Cool. 4. Wabbit! You see it? What is this? Palm reader. Explore the content on a lost terminal. Okay. Founding. Hypatia's Journal 1. From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem. Day 1. We finally set out from the dam today. The site that Athena and Cornelius picked for the city isn't far, but the vegetation makes the going difficult. We found the secondary supply site easy enough, thanks to Alexander Drennan's instructions. But while I still have to compile a detailed inventory, it seems that many of the more complex materials are in bad shape. They must have expected the simulation to fulfill its purpose a lot sooner. But then they probably expected all 12 of us to be there from day 1, not just Athena. Tonight we have to use 2 recharging pods that we brought from the dam in 4-hour shifts, which is just as well. There's no telling what sort of critters are hiding in the underground, and most of them will have to learn that our kind isn't edible. It's funny. That's interesting. They probably expected all 12 of us to be there from day 1, not just Athena. So were there other simulations that were going on that didn't finish before the system broke down? Baby steps. From the introduction to Are We There Yet? Where We Came From, Where Are We Going, and Why You'll Need Snacks by Valerie Contreras Romero. So that's a title. Are We There Yet? Where We Came From, Where We're Going, and Why You'll Need Snacks. It's a book, and this is from the introduction of that. Sometimes people point at the last few hundred or thousand years of human history and say, look at how ugly it all is. Look at what a mess we've made. Maybe modernity was a bad idea. Maybe we should stick to living like cavemen. And I get it. It is ugly and messy. But the mistake is thinking that we are right now, that where we are right now is the end point. That this is the adulthood of the human
Speaking
species.
of edibles, I have a question. Does the sheer amount of catnip Meeps takes make him an edible? These are the questions that keep me up at night.
That's actually a good question. I don't know. Beeps, could you like try and make a scientific stab at that question?
Well, scientifically speaking, edibleness depends on digestibility. So, in theory, if Meeps metabolizes enough catnip, it could possibly make him an edible. An intriguing thought indeed.
Do we believe him? I don't know. Yeah, but the mistake is thinking that where we are right now is the end point. That this is the adulthood of the human species. That might be what they're trying to get at here. Is like, what do we need to do to like evolve, basically? Like, there's more history to be made. And it may not even include us. And it didn't in the case of the old humans. So maybe this is like an exercise in trying to give us the drive as a society to not stagnate, to keep pushing boundaries. Be curious, go find things, go create things for others. I don't know. Just a theory at this point. I mean, I try to apply what you know about human development to human history. Think about babies. Babies are ugly. Admit it. We all know it. They look like tiny old people covered in mucus. They have soft heads and they grow into children, tiny sociopaths with underdeveloped brains. And then they become teenagers, pimply, self-righteous lunatics driven by hormones. And then slowly, if you're lucky, they gradually become adults. The development of the human individual is always ugly and messy, but that's the point. It's development towards something. The same applies to humanity as a whole. On a geological scale, we've barely just come into existence. We've gone through the baby phase, just about survived our childhood, but we're barely teenagers. Stopping here would be disastrous and a betrayal of everything that we could still become. We may feel the weight of history on our shoulders, but this is just the prologue. To put it in pop culture terms, we haven't even made it out of the tutorial yet. Just because it's all pimples and hormones and frustration right now doesn't mean it's never going to change. Yeah, I mean, look. I see what you're saying. I feel it. But why are we reading it? That's the real question I'm trying to think. Why are they presenting this writing to us? It's because they want us to start thinking, hey, maybe Athena and all these people, or whoever's behind whatever we're doing right now, doesn't want us to stagnate or squander our potential by settling and assuming that where we're at now is what we want to preserve. Like one of the people at the beginning, they said like, hey, I'd just be happy with, you know, preserving what we have here. But now we're starting to get to the point where they have a stable society, or a semi-stable society, one that's struggling, it's having growing pains, right? It's having issues with its scale at the moment, and they're facing this idea of like, okay, to preserve what we have now, we have to go forward and I guess defy the mission, the original mission, And I'm assuming that's why the Athena left and the original people left, because it became political and maybe people were afraid, again, afraid of like Elohim was afraid of questioning, or afraid of the possibilities of things not lasting forever. Oh, I don't know. From Considerations of Beginnings and Endings by Elwin. I think all the time Athena spent in the dead city changed her. I don't think she had conceived of the goal before. I think she believed fully in the naively optimistic ideas of Alexandra Drennan. Walking through the ruins in a visceral experience, but walking through those ruins is a visceral experience, and she spent a great deal of time there looking for resources. It's the sheer amount of death that gets to me. How many animals our ancestors killed, many to the point of extinction, entire species eradicated, sometimes for the most superficial reasons. Whenever humans arrived somewhere, death would follow. And then the great blowback, the deaths of billions of thinking beings, the extinction of humanity itself. It's too horrific to truly imagine, but I suspect the founder spent a great deal of time doing just that. That's when she must have realized that there was no way back to the growth-obsessed, all-consuming civilization of the past. I see, I understand. So Athena didn't... It says here, I didn't think she had conceived of the goal before spending time in a dead city. I wonder at what point in time this was. I mean, this was 258, right? Is that the 258th out of 1,000? Not too early on. So this is written after the goal. All right, interesting. Good to know that Athena was the one who came up. Athena came up with the goal because they didn't want, presumably, to have their civilization come to an end. Okay. I wonder how much hidden stuff there is going to be in this game, and do I care too much about the hidden stuff? I'm not sure. Not sure yet. All right, what do we got? Alternative option. We've got blue, we've got red, and a switch. Which raises, what, a box up? But why? Oh, I understand. I can't select those. From here. I think I'm supposed to go up here. Select these two to get green. You know, there's one thing that that I thought was that they should have done in the first game that they're doing here, which is puzzles that require you to set something up and then pick it up while keeping connections, because this is exactly that. To be able to set this up now, I needed to put that down while having it still connected to those two, so that I could then right click on it again to keep the connections so that I can do this. And that's something that they never did in the first game. There was not a single puzzle that required you to do that, which is cool. Early on they're showing you that that's something that they might be doing.
Let's get some measurements from this particle cloud.
Okay. Oh, hey, what's up, Byron?
Tell me, what did you make of New Jerusalem?
It was interesting. It's falling apart, man. I don't think so. It's beautiful, but decaying? I don't know if decaying is the right word. It's fantastic, self-contained, self-sufficient. Not exactly. It's lovely. It's bigger than I thought it would be. Feels like a museum. It did.
That's what happens when all you can think about is the past. We had such ambitions in the beginning, but now it's all turned inwards. We've lost faith in ourselves, in our humanity.
It did say to explore.
All we need to do now is finish that dome and we'll be trapped in our perfectly neat little tomb.
Yeah. I feel that. We lost faith in ourselves. Yeah, to keep pushing forward. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. All right.
Of course. Ask away.
They're really putting me in a line of thinking. Don't know if that's the right place to be, but you know. Tell me about yourself. What's your role in our? What's your role of puzzles in our? What's the role of puzzles in our culture? What do you think of the megastructure? You and Alcatraz seem to have an odd friendship. Well, let's chat.
I'm someone who was born a long time ago, when we couldn't afford to romanticize the past and demonize progress, when the value of human civilization was evident because it was so close to being gone. I'm someone who believes that human beings are important. Terribly, desperately important, because intelligent life is rare and precious. I suppose you could say I'm...
Is that its only value? Though? Rare and precious? I feel like there's more to it than just rare and precious, right? There's ego. What's the role of puzzles in our culture?
When Alexandra Drennan was trying to find a way of creating true AI, she stumbled upon the idea that curiosity and playfulness are core characteristics of intelligence. So she built the simulation around a game, because playing is part of what makes us human. We also retain some of that code, as I'm sure you noticed when you were booting up. Because of that, puzzles have always been important to our culture. To me, they represent the idea that the application of reason can lead us forward. None of which explains why these puzzles are here or who built them, but I think it shows that there must be some kind of intent behind them, perhaps a test.
Yeah, perhaps. What do you think about it?
It's a mystery. Not just because it's technologically far ahead of us, but because we genuinely don't understand its purpose. And I think that's wonderful. It's just what we needed as a civilization.
I wonder if they're... I'm not gonna like say that this is what I think it's going for, but I wonder if they're trying to go for like a... kind of like in... spoilers for Interstellar. Kind of like in Interstellar, how it's, you know, communicating to the past. Or like a Arrival, where it's all about the like idea of, oh, we're sending something back in time that's important for us to evolve as a species, because we found out how to send that information back somehow. Arrival's great. Arrival's a great movie. You can watch it for free on YouTube, by the way. In case you didn't know that.
Because we disagree on just about everything, you mean? Well, here's the secret. Al is honest. He believes what he believes because it seems right to him, not because it gives him power over others. I respect that. In fact, I prefer that to someone who agrees with me just because I'm one of the first companions.
I feel you. Cool. Yeah, Afro, I'm also happy that I got the game to work. So yeah, there's these Doge, permission to share your personal data. We met in Jerusalem, if you remember. I spoke to my friends. This whole mysterious island expedition thing has the city a bit on edge. They have some questions for you. You consent to me gathering... Yeah, I consent. What am I signing up to? That's a good question. Look, my friend just wants some assurance that you're the right kind of person. If you want to know what's really going on, you'll have to play along. You can back out at any time, but if you don't engage with the process, then, well, you won't get to engage with the process at all. It's up to you. Okay. What if by consenting I miss out on something else? I'll give you some advice, newbie. When your choices matter in this world, you'll know about it. It's somehow built in. When you face a dilemma and both options look good, then for sure you'll miss out something. But trust your gut, you can't go wrong. This right now is not one of those dilemmas. You should come along for this ride. That's my advice. Okay. Good choice. There's 6 questions. Standard vetting procedure. We'll get the best results if you answer in whatever way is most true to you. Question 1. Which is more important when making good decisions? Compassion or knowledge? Yeah, is Doge the new Milton? That's what I was thinking. The snake. They do have 666 literally as their number. You know, I don't know. It's too general. I know it's difficult to translate our infinite reality into binary language. Nonetheless, I suggest if you have any natural inclination towards either idea, you must answer you answer it that way, even if it's not strictly correct. But if you insist, I'll communicate your apathy to my companions. I see no way to choose. As you prefer. Question 2. Is it ever okay to lie or misdirect in order to keep a secret? What do I reject the terms of the question? I don't know. I pretty firmly believe that lying is never better than the alternative. But I'm afraid to like say that and be very general about it when it's something that you can't. It really depends. Like sometimes the morality of telling somebody the truth can be worse than the alternative, but that's in like very rare scenarios. I feel like if I'm being strictly factual about it, I don't know. Depends. If I'm going with my heart, I'd say lying's not okay. Which is what I'm gonna say. Going with my heart, I guess. I see. My friends will be most interested in this particular answer. Question 3. When people do wrong, do they deserve to be punished for it beyond what is necessary for our own protection? No. Beyond what is necessary for protection? No. I mean, unfortunately, sometimes that might be a big punishment, but I don't like being cruel to people for no reason. Phew, that one's controversial. I'm glad it's not me that has to answer these. Question 4. Let's get metaphysical. In your opinion, can the world be reduced to mechanical parts? Or is existence just weirder than we'll ever really know? I think it's both, right? I mean, I don't think we'll really know, but my hunch, of course, is to universal basic laws in the universe. We won't know them, I don't think. But, you know. Of course it is. Look, I don't write these questions, just ask them. If you don't want to choose one or the other, I'm quite happy to forward this to my friends. Question 5.
I think lying is okay in certain circumstances. For example, I fucking hate meeps. but I pretend to like him so I don't have to put up with his incessant whining. Oh shit, he heard me, didn't he?
Question 5. Can things really change for the better, for good? Or do good times and bad times just come around in cycles? Human progress shows things can get better and stay that way. Eventually change for the better. It's always followed by change for the worse. Can't really say. It's a false dilemma. Let's unpack that. It's a false dilemma. It's not really a cycle. But things can change. For good and better. At any given time. It's not a cycle. I don't know if that one was metaphysics or politics, but regardless, I didn't like it either. Final question. Which is more important to the success of civilization? To respect the lessons of our past or to rewrite the rules of the future? Ooh. It depends. It depends. Sort of cop out if you ask me, but on that note, I guess we're done here. Hold on, I've got last minute edition. This was weird. It's a weird one. I know who this one came from. All right, question 7. Can praying for something make it more likely to come true? I think so, but not because of a higher power. I think if you put a lot of attention onto and you manifest something, not like in a like, oh, I thought this one thing and then it came to life. More like, I'm gonna put a lot of my intention into wanting this thing. I think you're more likely to ingrain that into a lot of the subconscious decisions that you make that do somehow make it more likely to happen, especially things that are driven by you. I think it's too vague because I think it really depends. If you're praying, I'm praying that I do well on the test, you'll probably put more attention, or it could go in the reverse direction too, but you could be putting more intention into doing well on that test. You know, just praying for it puts more weight to it and more like, you know, it kind of relieves a little bit of pressure in a way, which could end up making you do better in a test, right? So yes, technically, but I think the question's too vague. I think that's everything I need. I'll forward your answers to my friends and let you know if any of them are interested in taking things further. Interesting. Notes on the puzzles present on the island. It seems that each structure on the island, with the exception of the megastructure itself, is surrounded by a cluster of puzzles resembling those found in the simulation and in our booting sequence. Completing a puzzle releases a particle cloud, which then autonomously flies into the device. It assembles the tetrominos. Okay. Interesting. I'm trying to determine what's a good stopping point here. I think what we did this left half. So maybe that's enough. And next time we'll be able to solve shit. So lost puzzles we have to look out for. Gold puzzles we have to look out for. And lost labs. So I'm hoping... I know in the first game, it told you... like there were stars. Hidden stars. Also, yeah, I guess here it says that there's hidden stars. It just doesn't tell you where they are. So this area... likely has 2 stars hidden somewhere, and I can try to find those if I wanted to. And then the main stuff that we need to do is probably we have to do the main puzzles. They're literally called main puzzles. I'm still trying to determine how thorough I want to be about getting all of these things. I might try to do it all. I might. But I think for now, we got to end this. Again, I'll be live on Evildoers stream. Here, let me shout them out again. We're doing that at, let me get the like official time so that I can make sure I got it right. Yeah, we'll be playing 2 to 3 hours. It's at noon today. PST. I'll add it to my schedule so you can see it. But yeah, that's my next stream is over on their channel. But yeah, let's get the credits rolling. And we'll be playing more of this on Friday. Hopefully we won't spend 3 hours trying to get the game running. Let me close it really quick. Stop game. All right, let me find somebody to raid really quick. I'd love it if you could stick around for the raid as well, because it'll make their day better, and you'll get channel points. There's so many reasons. Let me just figure out whomst. How about we say hi to Skuru, okay? I'm gonna put some raid music on now, though. It has been real. It's been a hell of a ride, this stream. From the tech woes to the random vine booms to I don't know, to a genuinely great start to a very exciting game.